starts now on KS 95.7 and video streaming at westerniowatoday.com. Play-by-play coverage from Tom Robinson alongside Perry Fief and sideline reporting from Kevin Ferguson. Your home for Atlantic Trojan sports on KS 95.7 and video streaming at westerniowatoday.com.
And good evening from Atlantic. Here we go. Week number 2 of high school football. Tom Robinson with you alongside Kevin Ferguson and Perry Fief alongside Cody Weaver. Our live stream brought to you by Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile. We're here tonight in a beautiful night for high school football. A little bit on the warm side, but nothing like it was last week. We had that high humidity at Osceola. Speaking of that, Atlantic beat Clark last week 47-33 offensively, putting up a lot of points on the scoreboard, and had a lead of 33-13 at one point, and then Clark came roaring back within that great play that sealed the deal for Atlantic, the 70-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Caden Parker, a sophomore, to Xavier Darrell for 70 yards. Broadcast brought to you by Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll. Brought to you by the First Whitney Bank. They're the only bank you'll ever need, a First Whitney Bank. Also brought to you by Body Basic, 254 Body to get your body back to the basics. And the Seed Pros, by your side to maximize yields from the word go. Your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, and Annette Knutson. Second Street Auto, your transmission pros. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors. Outfitters Plus Outlet Store, your home for personalized sports apparel in Atlantic. And the Super Bowl. Grab the gang and head to the Super Bowl for Glow Bowling every Friday and a Saturday night. Swift is safe, reliable Swift for all your transportation needs, and Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. Hy-Vee, bakery, deli, grocery, meat department, and pharmacy, always there for you, your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned full-line CarQuest retail store in Atlantic. And Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, a hometown bank for hometown people, member FDIC. Elkhart Plastics, integrity, optimism, customer focus, and a can-do spirit. Go to buyersindustries.com/careers to fill out an application. Brought to you by the Fish Store and Pet Center, your local one-stop pet shop in downtown Atlantic. Tom Robinson, Perry Fief, Kevin Ferguson, Cody Weaver behind the lens here. A live video stream on westerniowatoday.com. Brought to you by Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile. Perry, here we go. Week number 2. A little bit different scenario here. Still warm, but not like it was last week, huh?
Oh, not at all. But what's nice is we got to be up now. Last week we were kind of on the field, it seemed like, and now we can actually see a lot better. I love coming back to the Trojan Bowl. We got great seats, and it's in a beautiful field, and this is comfortable.
1-0 on the season last, or 1-0 on the year for Atlantic, and also for the Glenwood Rams. The Rams defeated Sioux City East by a couple of points a week ago. Atlantic at 47-13 win over Osceola Clark. Let's go down the sidelines to Kevin Ferguson with us right there on the 46-yard line. And Kevin, your take on what's it like down below?
It's 46 and a half, but, that's okay. Hey, it's gorgeous right here in the shade. Nice little breeze from the south, Tom. It's not really going to affect things too much. Maybe some kicks if you're going to the south, but it's just a good cooling breeze.
What impressed you the most about Atlantic last week, Kevin?
I'm going to have to really go to where you think I'm going to go. And I'm going to be predictable here. I thought our O-line was amazing. Really did. I thought that O-line played one fantastic game, and golly, we're going to need it again tonight.
Perry, I know you're an offensive lineman as well. I mean, they did play well, and I think maybe better than expected, according to Coach Brummer after the game.
Well, yeah, what we were seeing, it seemed like we were just constantly moving forward, even if it was 2 yards or 3 yards, but we were always going forward. You rarely ever saw backwards, the defense penetrating, stopping us for losses. It was just might have been at the line of scrimmage, but we weren't really going backwards.
You know, when you look at last week's game, the Trojans had some big plays. Colton Rasmussen caught 3 touchdown passes last week in the win over Clark. Gavin McLaren rushed for 135 yards. Dante Hedrick 102. I don't know the last time we had 2 backs go over 100 yards. Tyson O'Brien had 6 carries for 23 yards. And then you had Kennick Jewell, 1 catch for 55. Xavier Darrell had that big catch to seal the deal at the end of the game for 70 yards. And I'll tell you what, Hayden Parker, the quarterback for Atlantic, Zayden looked really good as a sophomore, very poised for his first game out.
Most definitely. I mean, again, the line did a good job. He wasn't pressured, and he could plant. And we got to remember one thing: our leading rusher, fullback.
Yeah, fullback.
It was a fullback that was our leading rusher. So
you'll hear Coach Foss talk about that. He doesn't see this type of offense much, mostly spread. But Coach Bummer going with that Harlan-type I formation. That's what he grew up with the fullback and the tailback. And speaking of Glenwood, Caden Anderson, he is a great athlete. He completed 55% of his passes for 219 yards and 1 touchdown a week ago in that 2-point win over Sioux City East. The Rams' rushing attack was equally effective with 38 carries for 182 yards. Trent Patton and Kellen Scott led the ground attack with 56 and 49 yards respectively. Cody Weaver talking about Trenton Patton, who wrestled at 220 a year ago, and he weighs 230 here this football season. So it should be a great game tonight. Atlantic and Glenwood are both 1-0 in an out-of-district contest. Glenwood in Class 4A, Atlantic playing in the Class 3A. We're going to talk to Atlantic Athletic Director Andy Mitchell coming up next on the pregame show on 95.7 FM and live video streaming on westerniowatoday.com.
At Greg Young Automotive of Atlantic, they pride themselves on going the extra mile. How, you ask? By providing unbeatable, no-pressure service from knowledgeable salespeople. By taking that extra step to make sure you find the right vehicle for your needs. By truly providing a world-class experience right here in Atlantic. So stop by today and see how they can go the extra mile for you. Greg Young Automotive of Atlantic, 100 East 2nd Street, or online at gregyoungatlantic.com.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Increase your financial power with mobile banking from Rolling Hills Bank and Trust. View account balances, transactions, transfer money, pay your bills, mobile check deposit, even pay person to person, anytime from anywhere. Plus, get your e-statements and keep them for your own records. Fiscally responsible and financially secured banking with mobile banking from Rolling Hills Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Welcome back to the pregame show on 95.7 FM on live video stream on westerniowatoday.com. We're joined by Atlantic Athletic Director Mr. Andy Mitchell. A beautiful night for high school football here again tonight. It's military, and I will have you talk about that as well. But let's go back and recap some of the other activities of the Atlantic sports athletes this week. And let's see, a week ago, the volleyball team played in a tournament at HSTW, and the cross-country team got their feet wet at Glenwood, huh?
Right, exactly. The volleyball team went 3-3 at HSTW last weekend, and did get a win over a conference foe in Denison during that time. So hats off to that group. They're really young, with not a lot of varsity experience on them. So it was real nice to see them get a couple victories under their belts, and hopefully that bears well for the future. I know they ran into a really good Red Oak team on Thursday night, and tomorrow, they host the varsity volleyball invite. There are 3 ranked teams out of the 5. So there's us and Grandview Christian, and then 3 ranked teams. So it's going to be a challenge, but that's what you want. If you're going to have a tournament, let's get the good teams there and let's have a little fun.
What about cross country?
Cross country's had 2 meets since last week. Last weekend they went to Saturday morning, ran to Glenwood. They had a real good showing there. It was perfect weather, low 70s for the day. Some kids had some great times, and then they went to Dallas Center Grimes on Tuesday. We've been out of that for a couple years and got back into it. And a really tough meet. Dallas Center Grimes itself, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's a really flat course, and it was a little warm that day. So some of our kids, struggled with the heat a little bit, but, we're sick for, there's always a bug going around at some point, it seems like. And hopefully that was it for the year for us.
Well, let's talk about tonight. It's a military night, and it's not too late. If you're a veteran, you'll get in free of charge, and then, of course, be honored at halftime.
Right.
And then we do have a special event coming before the game, huh?
Yeah, so if you're a current military member or veteran, you are in free tonight. Just let the people at the ticket booth, ticket gates know that. And you're in free, so there's still time to come on out. Plenty of parking up close on the east side of the field if you want to come in that gate there, take the short walk. It's just something I've had in the back of my mind for a few years, and for poor excuses have never gotten it done. So this time I said, darn it, we're going to get this done. We do have the veterans, color guard going to be here, but we got not only them raising the flag, which I always think is special. We've got one of their big flag here is going to be displayed for the national anthem, and then we have a flyover tonight, and tonight's Mike Henningsen will be flying his AT6 over the crowd. I think we got Mike and I got it timed up to where it's going to be right at the end of the national anthem or real close to that. So he'll be flying, if you're coming into the game, he'll be flying from north to south. So that way people can get a good look as he comes over. He can't get below 1,000 feet, though. He'd get in trouble, he told me. So he's going to be up there a little ways, but, close enough that we can get a good look and get a good cheer. And then at halftime, after we're going to invite the veterans and the active military members down. And then when the band gets off the field for their halftime performance, we're going to bring them on and give them thanks they don't get enough of. So real excited to be able to do that.
Well, it's going to be a great night. I think I saw that big bird of Mike Henningsen's fly last night, maybe a practice round.
Yeah, might have done a practice round. If you see any cross-country posters floating around town, you might see that bird on that poster as well. They used it for the backdrop of the cross-country poster this year. So hats off to Mike and Brad and all of them with the AT6. We're really, really excited.
Anything else to add? Hey,
Tom, last week it was one heck of a hot, humid night. It's still a warm night tonight, but it's not near as humid. So hopefully the cramping avoids us tonight, because we're going to need all players all game. This is a skill position. We might have the hand on the skill position size, but if you're looking at rosters, just looking at pure size, Glenwood definitely has us beat on the lineman size. So I know Coach Brummer, Coach Satoff, and the rest of the coaches have been working real hard with these guys. They've talked about staying low, getting off the ball, staying aggressive. That's how you beat the guys bigger than you wear them down. Give yourself a chance to win in the fourth quarter, and they're tired, we're not. You never know what's going to happen.
What were you impressed with last week?
Our kids never gave up. We had a good lead on them, and then Greene County, who is very athletic, they're a lot better. They're going to be a good ball club this year. I could easily see them going 6-2 before playoffs, but they're good athletes, and they started to make their comeback, and our kids didn't quit. Just stay calm, stay relaxed. There's no infighting on the sidelines. Because I was able, during away games, I'm able to be down real close to them. And there's none of that. They just kept their calm, kept moving the ball on offense, and were able to pull it out. So hats off to them for that, and got to keep fighting.
Andy, thank you. Always appreciate your time with us, and looks like a great night here.
Oh, it's going to be a great night. Can't wait to have it, to get this going, Tom.
Very good. Thanks a bunch.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Andy Mitchell joining us here on the pregame show. We'll be back with the Senior Spotlight. It's brought to you by Myron Gross. The strength of teamwork, the reputation for results. We're back with three seniors, Rothman Bestie and Colton Becker, and a junior joining us. So another senior, Colton Rasmussen. He's also a senior joining us. Three seniors coming up next on 95.7 FM, and you can watch it on our live video stream, WesternIowaToday.com.
First Winnie Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Winnie Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Does your schedule make it hard to get the kids to and from school? SWITA can help. SWITA student transportation is safe, easy, and affordable. Kids in grades pre-K through 12 not served by the regular school bus can ride in Atlantic, Harlan, Glenwood, and Red Oak for $1.50 each way. Register now for fall by visiting swita.com or call 1-800-842-8065.
Are you great with paperwork and have a grasp of real estate code and law? Does your schedule allow you to show a home at almost any time? Do you have a list of clients who are looking for a home? How about first-hand knowledge of properties in the market? No? Well, you're in luck because a realtor does. This is Melissa Enan with Meyer & Gross Real Estate, and having a realtor takes care of all those things and much more. It's what we do, who we are. Give us a call. We're here to help. Meyer & Gross Real Estate. Strength of teamwork, the reputation for results. Meyer & Gross Real Estate Company. The strength of teamwork, the reputation for results.
And joining us first off is Rothan Bestie on the Senior Spotlight, brought to you by Meyer & Gross Real Estate, the strength of teamwork, the reputation for results. Talk about the win on Friday. That was a big win for you guys.
It was a great win. We all worked hard. Even when we kind of had a couple rough plays, we all got back together. We all kept high and we never gave up.
Talk about the preparation ahead of that game and in the game plan. How did that play out for you guys?
Played out really good. We decided to throw a lot, which is a good thing, and it worked out to our favor.
You know, the throw at the end of the game there to Xavier Darrow, that was big too.
That was a huge play. I was watching that play and I was jumping up and down. That was one of the best plays I've seen.
Ralph, you're a senior, and talk about your role in this football team.
I'm just a role. I'm helping guys get their heads up. I'm keeping a good mindset. I'm just trying to help everybody the best way I can.
What are you preparing for this week and you face Glenwood?
I'm preparing just to keep our heads high, even if we have a rough play. I'm ready to keep everybody heads up.
Talk about Monday. I mean, what do you in the process during the week? What does Monday entail? Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in preparation for a game?
Mondays, we're just kind of figuring out all our formations, what we plan on running. Tuesday's our learning day. Wednesday, we go full go. Thursday, we polish everything up. And Friday is when we're ready.
And it really goes fast, though, huh?
Oh, yeah.
What's going to be the key to success this weekend?
Just keeping our heads high and making sure everything's good.
Very good, Ralph. Best of luck on Friday night.
Thank you.
Joining us, Colton Rasmussen, 3 touchdown catches against Stark on Friday night to 6-7. Then you got loose a 38-yarder. That was probably a thing of beauty, actually. And talk about your sophomore quarterback and catching passes from him.
Oh, Zayden, he's came a long way since, the start. Like when we started in the spring, he's just came so much farther than I think he would have by now. But it feels like every time he goes out and plays, he just gets better and better with even more confidence.
Talk about the win and what does that mean for this football team now moving forward? 1-0 every week. You're 1-0 going into week number 2.
Oh, this win, it means a lot because, as far as I've been here, I haven't been a part of a team that works this hard and, keeps their heads up like this. And, winning in week 1, I've never really been a part of something like that. And so I just think it's a great thing to come out with a win week 1 and just keep it moving.
I want to go back to the 38-yard touchdown catch. Zayden threw that ball up in the air, and you showed your speed and athleticism. Take us through that play as you ran that ball down.
Yeah, the corner, he showed a fake press on me, and then he backed up, and, I knew he didn't seem like he was quite I don't think he was ready for me to go over the middle because I haven't ran anything deep all game, and so I just ran right at him, faked out, and then went back in, and I was wide open with no safety over the middle.
Talk about preparing for Glenwood on Friday night. To talk about their defense. What are you going to be facing here?
Their defense, it's the same defense we faced at Simpson Camp this summer. We faced a team like them, and so, I think we just keep doing what we're doing, and I think we can come out with a win.
You go back to the Simpson camping. What kind of defense was that?
Clear Lake, they just played a 4-3, and that's something we're used to seeing. And I think we can just do the same thing we've always done on them.
What's going to be the keys to success on Friday night?
Just limit penalties, execute plays, and then when things are going good, keep going, and if things start to go bad, just keep our heads up.
Best of luck, Colton.
Thank you.
And joining us, Colton Becker here on our Senior Spotlight, brought to you by Meyer & Gross Real Estate. The strength of teamwork and the reputation for results, Colton. And let's talk about Glenwood here. And what are you facing?
Glenwood's a very talented team. We got a team that we got to come prepared and work our hardest to win the game.
Talk about the keys to success on the defensive end last Friday night.
Keys to success was just being aligned in the right spot, keeping our eyes right, and flying to the ball.
What were you most impressed with?
I was most impressed with, we have 8 new guys on our starting defense. 8 of those guys did not play last year, and they're coming in doing really, really well.
You talk about Glenwood, you got to talk about Cade Anderson and their quarterback. He does it on the ground, and he obviously does it in the air. What's it going to take to keep him at bay?
I think we just have to play our game. We got to keep our eyes right, fly. We got to do what we want to do and treat it how we want to treat it and just do what we can.
You talked about the new guys on that defense, and there are a plethora of them. You got to talk about some of those new guys.
Most of them are new, so we have Gavin up front. Gavin's doing a really, really good job up there. And then we have Jarrett Hansen, Kinnick, Shelton, Xavier Darrow. He played some last year at the end of the year, but we have a whole bunch of new guys that are doing a really good job.
And, of course, the defensive line, they're the ones that kind of paved the way for you linebackers. Talk about their performance on Friday.
Their performance was really good. I was really impressed with it. They filled their gaps really well and opened up lanes for us to hit the quarterbacks.
Keys to success on Friday?
Be fast, play hard, keep our heads up.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Colton Becker joining us on the Senior Spotlight, brought to you by Meyer & Gross Real Estate, the strength of teamwork and the reputation for results. We'll be back with the Atlantic Lockers Coaches Show coming up next with Atlantic head coach Joe Brummer and Glenwood head coach Corey Fost.
Are you great with paperwork and have a grasp of real estate code and law? Does your schedule allow you to show a home at almost any time? Do you have a list of clients who are looking for a home? How about first-hand knowledge of properties in the market? No? Well, you're in luck because a realtor does. This is Melissa Enan with Meyer & Gross Real Estate, and having a realtor takes care of all those things and much more. It's what we do, it's who we are. Give us a call. We're here to help. Meyer & Gross Real Estate. Strength of teamwork, the reputation for results.
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic.
Whether you are tailgating or hosting a football watch party, the most important thing is the food. Atlantic Locker has everything you need to score big at your next get-together. All beef hot dogs, skinless brats, burgers, pork burgers, and pepper rounds. For a little extra indulgence, brisket, pork butts, steaks, and baby back ribs. Or for something a little easier and just as delicious, deli meats and cheeses. If you're going to go big at your next tailgate or football party, get to Atlantic Locker, just off of 2nd Street in Atlantic.
And welcome back to the Atlantic Locker Coaches Show as we're joined by Atlantic head coach Joe Brummer. Trojans and the Rams are warming up, getting ready for week number 2. And coach, as we look back, week number 1, what impressed you and what are you building off of here?
We offensively moved the ball really well. I think we had about 475 yards there, but we still had some missed opportunities for more. So, very impressed with how the offense moved the ball. And then, kind of a tale of two halves on defense. I thought the first half we were flying around, we were making plays, and then our special teams put us in some bad spots that Clark made the most of. We had a fumble inside the 10, we had an offensive fumble inside the 20 that then they capitalized on. So outside of that, I thought we played 2/3 of the game really well. I thought we were improved on special teams than we were a year ago at week 1, but we still have room for improvement there. Overall, I thought offensively we moved the ball really well. Defense came in with some bend but don't break type of style there, that they were moving the ball, but when we got into the red zone, they stiffened up. And we need to shore up some special teams.
over 400 yards total offense. I mean, what can you say about your offensive line? They're the guys that are building the wall. They're the guys that are paving the way. And how impressed were you with those guys?
We had a good game last week, but we're going to find out in a hurry what they're made of. Glenwood's loaded up front. They got guys all over the place. They're big, they're physical, they're fast. They're not necessarily the deepest crew. I think they only suit 10 guys with defensive line numbers, but then they put 27 on the D-line. Then they put like 19 on the D-line, and they look all the part. That they have some really fast, physical guys that we played well last week, but, it's a whole nother beast this week.
Your backs, your skilled people, you got a lot out of them. Kenny Jewell, a 55-yard TD catch. Xavier Darrow made that great play at the end of the game. What a great call that was to kind of seal the deal. Then you've got a couple of running backs, three, with Dante and Tyson and O'Brien, and your fullback, Gavin McLaren. He came to play, didn't he?
Yeah, going back to Kennick and Darrow, your first catches in varsity or touchdowns is a pretty good way to start. Both a 55 and a 70-yarder that luckily we just had enough in the tank on the 70-yarder to make it. But first catches, it's definitely going to make an impact on the season. I guess Darrow had a couple screen passes last year, but this was the first one past the line of scrimmage that we actually got to him. And those guys did a great job. Running back-wise, trying to keep guys healthy, trying to keep them rotated. We don't want to necessarily pound anybody into the ground this early in the season. Try to mix up carries. I think everybody had no more than 12, no less than 7 or 8 there with Tyson. I think he ended up with 8 of them. That trying to keep it balanced, trying to keep it relaxed, so that way there's no real tendencies that we can try to lean on. I know we have some, but try to keep those guys fresh and rotated, that it comes better and later in the game.
Well, Dante, he showed, Coach, with Hendrickson. He was fresh late in the game. These guys were exhausted. It was hot. It was humid. But Dante, by getting him some rest during the game, he had some big runs late.
Yeah, I think part of that's O-line-wise that we were rotating some guys do. Colton Becker came in there at guard for us. Evan Crawl, Cohen Bruce, Reed Woodyard, Xavier at tight end, Brock Goodrich at a tight end a little bit. They're linemen still in a way, but they're tight ends for us that, keeping those guys fresh as well, we can really lean on them, was very effective. Dante busted a couple big runs late. A little bit of vision, a little bit of good blocking. When those combinations happen together, great things occur. And, it was all around a good offensive day for us that we had some big plays had by all.
Gavin McLaren was talking about blocking for Dante and Tyson, but he had some big carries.
Yeah, no, we watched some film. We talked about it, that he ran the ball hard, but there's some plays where, we had some wide receivers that take some plays off on those big runs that they could have been bigger runs, or we don't get hit as much that when that comes into play, that the kids got to make sure we're going to the whistle, we're playing throughout the whole thing and staying on blocks. And on those big runs, if we can get all 11 to do that, really good things are going to happen.
Your quarterback, just a sophomore, showed a lot of poise.
Yeah, Zayden did a great job. He gets his butt chewed a lot in practice. He's used to getting an earful and this and that we're hard on him, but he rises to the occasion. He's got some thick skin. He's someone that we know we can press and be hard on because he's hard on himself. That he wants to be the guy. He wants to make the great plays, that he's got the right mindset for it, and it's tough to break him and rattle him. They hit him a lot. There were some screen plays that he hung in till the last second. The last one, that was a pop pass that they're sending 9, that he's waiting to the last minute, but he's making the play that he needs to. He's standing in there. He's tough. He's got good moxie, and he's doing a great job back there.
Coach, finally keys to success here to go 1-0 this week.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but like always, you gotta gain more yards than the other team. So that means we got to limit them on defense. We got to score on offense. We got to win the turnover battle. We can't make mistakes. We can't give them a short field. We can't have any miscues like that. And then we got to win the penalties. We had too many last week of silly mistakes, not so bright moments, as we call them, that we got to capitalize on those, that we can't have as many penalties, can't have as many turnovers, and we got to win the yardage battle.
Good. Coach, best of luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We'll be back to talk to Glenwood head coach Corey Fost right after this on the Atlantic Locker Coaches Show.
At Dvorak Tires. Whether you are tailgating or hosting a football watch party, the most important thing is the food. Atlantic Locker has everything you need to score big at your next get-together. All beef hot dogs, skinless brats, burgers, pork burgers, and pepper rounds. For a little extra indulgence, brisket, pork butts, steaks, and baby back ribs. Or for something a little easier and just as delicious, deli meats and cheeses. If you're going to go big at your next tailgate or football party, get to Atlantic Locker, just off of 2nd Street in Atlantic.
Welcome back to the Atlantic Locker Coaches Show. We're joined by Glenwood Rams head coach Corey Foss. The Rams 1-0 with the win over Sioux City East last Friday night, 28-24. Coach, thanks for joining us here on the pregame show. And let's go back to a week ago. And obviously a lot of things went right to talk about the win.
Yeah, it was quite a game, quite a battle. I think everybody throughout the state had plenty of challenges beyond your normal football challenges, and in the heat and the weather and the cramping and stuff like that. So we were a little shorthanded coming into the game and had some people step up. Trace Johnson's a sophomore offensive lineman who ended up playing almost the entire game, and it got the job done, did a nice job, and just player after player, you know, we had a lot of returning guys, but also a lot of new guys in there getting their first experience. And definitely wasn't perfect, but a lot of guys chipped in, and game came down to the very last second. So it was real exciting, and always better when you come out on top, but just really pleased with the grit our guys showed in a really tough situation.
Well, Cade Anderson, again, your outstanding quarterback, really had another outstanding game, 15 of 27 throwing, 219 yards, threw a touchdown. And he rushed for 40 yards as well. I mean, talk about this, Cade Anderson's talents.
Yeah, he's a very talented player, obviously. Multi-sport, I think everybody knows he does. He's done the 4 sports here really at a high level, and I think he's going to have a really good baseball career at the University of Nebraska, but he's just as good of a person, good student. All of his teachers would tell you the same, just really respectful, first class in everything he does. And yeah, he made a big play with his feet. I think he had a 44-yard run in a really critical stage of the game. And yeah, he would tell you even after the game, it wasn't his probably his best. He threw an interception late in the game that really put us in a bad spot, but he's one of those guys that everybody listens to and they really respect because they know he cares, and you're always going to get his best effort no matter what.
Coach, you had a balanced attack, and you really spread the wealth as far as the running backs are concerned. You know, how much depth do you have on this football team?
In different spots, we've got a lot of depth. We've challenged that with some things we put on ourselves and an injury or two early on, but we've got as good of depth of size and line play as we probably ever had, and we've got plenty of skill guys. I think everybody's got a lot, but we're waiting for some more guys to step up and really show we could use another guy or two in the secondary and at the receiver positions. But yeah, our running back, linebacker, line depth is pretty solid, and that's been to our advantage so far, and hopefully we can continue to have that be the case.
Well, continue. That's week 2, Atlantic in a out-of-district football game, and talk about facing the Trojans here.
Yeah, Atlantic just does a really nice job. I really like what Coach Brummer's done there. Kids play hard. They've got a physical style that, they'll get downhill, which we don't really see as much of that, in the days of spread and all the 7-on-7 that everybody does in the summer. It'll be a challenge for us to match their physicality and their downhill running game. They've got, at least 2 running backs that really run through a lot of tackles, and the style of play they have is just it's fun to watch. And then some really good playmakers at the receiver positions. I think everybody knows Rasmussen, number 27, is just a phenomenal player. He's been taking it to us here in recent years, so we know all about him, and the way they use him is really smart too. It really makes you make some choices, and it's hard not to show your hand and decide what you're going to take away. So really good team, really good scheme, and we know we got our hands full this week with a good Atlantic team.
Coach, what are some of the things you're working on week number 2 here to up your game as well?
Well, I think the first thing you're always trying to do is just not beat yourself. So lining up right and knowing what our jobs are and eliminating those unforced errors. Overall for the first week, it was pretty good, but looking at the film, we probably got away with a thing or two. So we're trying to clean some of that up and, just continue to execute. A lot of it just comes down to reps. So how many more reps can we get in this week in practice? And, and especially trying to get used to some of those unique things I mentioned that Atlantic brings to the table. So, we'll go to work today and see what we can do.
Coach, I always appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Hey, best of luck tonight.
Yeah, I always appreciate talking with you, Tom, and thanks for the coverage.
That is Glenwood Ram head coach Corey Foster joining us here on the Atlantic Locker Coaches Show. We'll be back with more pregame. Perry Fief's Eyes of the Game coming up next.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
It's said that the eyes are the windows to your soul, but do you know that your eyes are a window into your health? Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Gergen from My Associates. It's true. During a dilated eye exam, I'll be looking at your eyes for more than just their performance on the eye chart. I recommend that adults see their eye provider at least every 2 years. Need an appointment? Call Eye Associates at 243-7540. You'll clearly see the difference in how we care for our patients.
By appointment. Make your appointment by calling 712-243-2850. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
It's said that the eyes are the windows to your soul, but do you know that your eyes are a window into your health? Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Gergen from My Associates. It's true. During a dilated eye exam, I'll be looking at your eyes for more than just their performance on the eye chart. I recommend that adults see their eye provider at least every 2 years. Need an appointment? Call Eye Associates at 243-7540. You'll clearly see the difference in how we care for our patients.
Welcome back to the pregame show on 95.7 FM. And Tom Robinson, Perry Fief, Kevin Ferguson, and Cody Weaver behind the camera. Perry's Keys the Game. Again, they're brought to you by Eye Associates with offices in Atlantic and Audubon. And always far above your expectations. Perry Fief, Keys the Game here.
Okay, so I think if people were listening before, and I had this written down very first. We got to worry about our penalties. That's a key. We had a plethora of penalties last week. I mean, like I said earlier, last week, we gave them 3 or 4 first downs because we had like 4 personal fouls, and that's an automatic first down, 15 yards. So they got to really kind of clean up those penalties. I've been watching Glenwood here, and they got some, and looking at the, the charts, they got some big boys. And that sounds to me like they've got some speed, and they're kind of a stacked team for not as many as they got here. So everybody on Atlantic side's got to stick to their assignments. Don't worry about the size. Don't worry. Just keep the ball. Just do your assignment. That's what you got to worry about. And the other one, because you knew it was driving me crazy last week, special teams. I know they work on them. They work on them a lot. We only had to punt once. But, our special teams, we've got to kind of work on that because our center is hiking the ball low, and we barely make the field goal, and we let a guy run the ball back. And we had I don't know how many penalties because they kick it out of bounds, not on purpose, but it go. It's just like, so I think special teams is a big key tonight, too.
Good. And when you mentioned penalties, I wasn't chuckling at the fact that Atlantic had a lot of penalties. I like the word plethora.
I know. Can you believe I used it?
It was awesome. Kevin Ferguson down there on the 48-yard line, right there, the 48. Kevin, piggyback on Perry's Keys.
As soon as he spells plethora.
I can barely spell my name. Come on.
All right. And I think Perry is right. In watching the Glenwood team in warm-ups, special teams is going to be something that comes natural to them. There's a lot of talent there. There's a young man punting the ball from the 45, and he kicked it out of the park from the 45. So they're going to be able to kick. You watch him into the wind kicking field goals, and they were at the 40, which, there again, it was coming up just a little bit short. And now you're looking at a 50-yard field goal that's possible. You go the other way, wind dies. Those are things that are going to play. You got to battle that with your own special teams, and you can't get behind the chains with penalties, Perry. You just can't do it.
No.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much for that. Kevin will be on the sidelines, giving us a sideline view of the game here throughout as the Atlantic and Glenwood getting set to face off in this non-district game. But a couple of conference opponents, so they know each other very well through the winter sports, wrestling and basketball and track and field and golf and you name it.
Right. About everything except football.
Except football. They're not in the same district. Glenwood in 4A, Atlantic in class of 3A. We're looking forward to this game tonight. What a beautiful night for high school football. Kevin, earlier there was kind of a breeze down there. What's it like down there now?
I tell you, Tom, there's still a little bit of a breeze, but it's not as much as it was. And, typically as the sun goes down, that breeze does drop. But right here in the shade on the Atlantic side, I tell you what, that's a good place to be today, partner.
No doubt about it. And we'll keep in touch with Kevin throughout this game here this evening as well down there on the sidelines. Our starting lineups are coming up next, and they're brought to you by the First Whitney Bank, a local bank, local employees, and local decisions since the beginning. The only bank you'll ever need, First Whitney Bank. We're back with the starters right after this.
It's said that the eyes are the windows to your soul, but do you know that your eyes are a window into your health? Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Gergen with my associates. It's true. During a dilated eye exam, I'll be looking at your eyes for more than just their performance on the eye chart. I recommend that adults see their eye provider at least every 2 years. Need an appointment? Call Eye Associates at 243-7540. You'll clearly see the difference in how we care for our patients.
John here from Atlantic IV. I just wanted to thank Atlantic and the surrounding communities for allowing us to serve your meat, grocery, floral, and pharmacy needs. You can be sure that we are working hard looking for deals to save you money on your groceries and at the pump. Thanks again from all of us here at your Atlantic IV for allowing us to serve your meat, grocery, floral, and pharmacy needs. And we'll see you soon.
First Whitney Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Whitney Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Farming is full of generational family operations, families working together with each other and with their neighbors. At First Whitney Bank, we too are a generational family business, and we've been working with farmers in Southwest Iowa for generations. When you know the people you work with, there's a bond between you and them, a trust. That's why we're proud to say that at First Whitney Bank, you know us, we know you, and we're the only bank you'll ever need. Let our family business help your family business.
First Whitney Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the pregame show on 95.7 FM and live video stream on WesternIowaToday.com. And Tom Robinson, Perry Fief, and Kevin Ferguson on the sidelines, and live video streamed, produced by Cody Weaver here tonight. Well, let's take a look at our starting lineups. We'll start with the Glenwood Rams at linebacker, Brenton Maxwell, 5'10", 150-pound senior. Brody Schaefer, also the linebacker, is 6', 190 junior. Cole Stout, 6'1", 195 and a junior. And the cornerbacks are Jack Johnson, 6', 165 and a sophomore. And Christian Eisman, 5'10", 160 senior. The safeties, Kellen Scott, a 5'10", 175 senior, and Nolan Clark, he'll run number 30 out there for the Glenwood Rams. Clark is going to play both ways for Glenwood tonight. He is a 5'11", 155 senior. Let's take a look at the lineman up front there on defense for Glenwood. Logan Hughes, a defensive end at 6'4", 220, and Preston Longchaya, number 31 at 5'9", 205 and a senior. The defensive tackles, Parker Getter, he's 6'6", 300 and a senior. And Taden Kent, 5'11", 230 and a senior, will be the other defensive tackle for Coach Faust and the Glenwood Rams. Now offensively, Caden Anderson, he's the quarterback. Of course, he's Nebraska bound to play baseball the next year. An all-around athlete for the Glenwood Rams, so you know he can sling it. and he's the quarterback at 6'1", 190 pounds. Last week, he completed over 50% of his passes, 15 of 27, 55% of his passes for 219 yards, averaging about 14.6 yards per throw, 1 touchdown. He did throw 1 pick last week, and Glenwood had a pretty balanced attack with 219 yards in the air and 182 yards on the ground. And speaking of the ground game, the running backs will be Tristan Meyer, a 5'8", 160 junior. And the receivers, Peyton Longmire, 5'10", 150 and a senior. Nolan Mount, 6'2", 205 senior. Nolan Clark, as I mentioned, playing both ways. He's 5'11", 155 and a senior. And the other receiver, Trent Patton, 6'3", 230 senior. And the center is Mason Kohler. He's 6', 225 and a sophomore. Taden Kent, playing both ways, 5'11", 230 senior. Carson Sorensen at 6'2", 220 and a senior. And the tackles, Parker Getter, 6'6", 300 and a senior. A lot of seniors on this football team. Dylan Wyatt, the tackle at 6'3", 225 pounds. Let's take a look at Atlantic and their offense here. We'll start off with the quarterback. He's just a sophomore, and this guy is he's dynamite. A week ago, he had a very good game. Zayden Parker, 5'11", 205-pound sophomore. The Trojans, over 480 yards of total offense last week, 192 in the air and 291 on the ground. As we mentioned earlier in our pregame show, the Trojans did have 2 players that were over 100 yards. Gavin McLaren was one of them, and Gavin wears number 42. He had 135 yards on the ground. He averaged 35 yards a carry in that first half. If I remember correctly, he was averaging, 3 carries for just over 100 yards in the first half period.
Right. And I think Ferguson has figured up it was 35 yards a carry there for a while.
He did, right. And he had a great first half and continued on with 135 total yards. Dante Henrington, the tailback, and he'll split time with Tyson O'Brien, so there's depth there, and it really paid off because Tyson O'Brien carried the ball just a handful of times for 23 yards, and Dante came in fresh. When everybody else was wore out late in that game with that high humidity, Dante got his yards, and he rushed for over 100 yards. He's getting close to that top 10 all-time list for Atlantic as far as rushing. Colton Rasmussen, the talented All-State receiver from a year ago, the 6'2", 195-pound senior, had 3 touchdown catches last week, a 6-yarder, a 7-yarder, and then he ran one down for 38 yards right down the middle of the field. A thing of beauty for Rasmussen. He didn't really touch the ball a lot in the first half, but they got him in the game in the second half, and it really made a difference. Also, Jared Hanson, a receiver, a 5'8", 170 junior, and Xavier Darrow had that 70-yard touchdown catch. He's 6'1", 250-pound junior. The center is Traven Hansen, 5'10", 205 junior. Evan Sorensen will be at a guard, 5'11", 245 junior. Caden Kroll, 6', 175 junior. And the tackles, Cohen Bruce at 6 foot, 205 pounds, a senior. And Reed Woodward, a 6'3", 255-pound junior. That's the offense for Atlantic. Now, defensively, the Trojans will go with 4 linebackers and 3 down linemen up front. Tyson O'Brien will be a linebacker at 5'11", 195 and a junior. Colton Becker, a linebacker, 6', 215 senior. Xavier Darrow, a 6'1", 215 junior. And Nick Bennett, he played well last week at a 5'8", 175 and a senior. The corners for Atlantic and Nolan Waters, the bull rider, 5'9", 170 and a senior, and he rode bulls all summer long.
Really? That one's crazy.
He's playing football, he minor to him.
Yeah.
And Shelton Malia, 6'3", 180 sophomore, getting his first start a week ago. Also in that defensive backfield, Kenny Gill, he'll play both ways tonight at receiver. And that defensive back, he's a junior, 5'9", 150. And Jared Hansen, he'll go both ways as well at 5'8", 170 and a junior. Good to see Jared Hansen healthy here in 2023. Defensive tackle, Gavin McLaren, the big fullback, also plays a deep tackle at 6'2", 225 and a sophomore. Evan Sorensen, the outstanding wrestler for Atlantic at 5'11", 245 and a junior, will be 1 D tackle. And the nose guard, Thomas Leonard, 6'9", 315 and a senior for Atlantic. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by the First Whitney Bank, a local bank, the only bank you'll ever need. First Whitney Bank. The officiating crew tonight, they come from Underwood, Panor, Manning, and Minden. Your referee is Aaron Pattee from Underwood. Umpire Sean Wharton from Panor. Sean, of course, played football up at Northwestern, and his dad, Jim, was a legendary coach at AHST back in the day. Now you add W to the mix there, and of course Jim was there when it was a Voha, just a Vocan Hancock. Jim Wharton, and that's his son Sean, now retired educator, and he's also going to be the umpire tonight. Ernie Renke of Manning. Ernie's a long-time official. I officiated with Ernie back in the day, years and years ago, and Ernie will be at the headlinesman. James Handy from Minden will be the line judge, and Connor Handy from End of the Back judge. So a good crew tonight, regulating this football game here in Atlantic, Perry.
So you're saying these guys have been doing it for a while?
For a while.
So because last week we thought that might have been a rookie crew. You know?
Well, we just had a lot of flags, but that could have been because
it was hot.
It was the first game. Yeah, maybe so. They want to stop play. I don't know. Yeah, could be. Well, we're getting closer to the opening kickoff here at tonight's, and the Atlantic High School marching band on the field right now. Our national anthem is brought to you by Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative.
Farming is full of
First Windy Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
So you're having trouble hearing. Well, let me ask you, when was your last hearing test? Maybe back in grade school? You know, hearing loss is usually gradual. Maybe you miss a word or two in conversation, or maybe you struggle when talking on the phone. Sometimes you miss out while with your favorite people. You can get ahead of hearing loss. And if you're 50 or over, even if you're not having issues, it's a good time to have an evaluation. Get a baseline of where your hearing stands. Call today to hear more. ASI, with offices in Atlantic, Audubon, and Carroll.
Partner with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. With exceptional yield and value, neighbor-friendly weed control, and more new elite genetics developed faster, Stein can help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience with Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
Contact Trey Bricks at 249-2503.
Welcome back to our pregame show on 95.7 FM. The Trojans now on the field in their black jerseys, gold pants, and black helmets. The Atlantic High School marching band on the field as well, under the direction of Mr. Jared O'Donnell. Getting set for this tonight, Perry Fief. Really looking forward to seeing week 2 for the Trojans here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of excited to see if they kind of cleaned up some of their mistakes. Even though they did look good last week, I mean, there's always room for improvement, you know.
Big old flag coming out here.
Holy moly.
Military night, and we're going to have a flyover from Mr. Mike Henningsen coming up here in just a little bit here before this contest tonight. Our opening kickoff is brought to you by ASI. And don't miss the sound of the opening kickoffs. The audiologist Doug Leonard of ASI. Our national anthem is coming up here. We're going to keep it right here for that. And we have that big, large flag waving now and being held down by, well, I'll tell you what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 26, probably about 35 people, I think, that are holding down that flag on the south end zone. And we'll keep it here for our national anthem here at the Trojan Bowl in Atlantic. What a beautiful night for high school football and a good crowd on hand. Very well done by the Atlantic High School Marching Band, a military night. Let's keep our eye to the sky as Mr. Mike Henningsen is going to be performing a flyover here. He'll be coming from north to south here over the stadium.
Yeah, I thought he practiced yesterday.
Yeah, I saw him up. I saw the big bird up in the air, and so we're going to see him fly by here in just a little bit. Again, Atlantic and Glenwood are getting set to go here. Both these teams 1-0. The Rams defeating Sioux City East last week by 2 points. Atlantic with a 47-33 win over Clark and Osceola. Trojan captains getting set to walk across the field, but as you look across the east side, no sign of Glenwood.
Right there in the corner.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Atlantic has Colton Rasmussen. Gold. Becker, Dante Hetherington, and Xavier Darrow are your captains for the Trojans. And the captains for the Rams also coming out as well. We'll be back right after this. Opening kickoff brought to you by ASI. Don't miss the sound of opening kickoff. It's the audiologist Doug Leonard of ASI.
Partner with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. With exceptional yield and value, neighbor-friendly weed control, and more new elite genetics developed faster, Stein can help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience with Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
Contact Trey Bricks at 249-2503.
When it comes to getting you the best coverage for the best price, we work with 15 different insurance carriers. Why so many? Because one size does not fit all, nor does one carrier fit every need. As your agent, we will work to find you the best coverage for the best price, and inform you of other options available as well. For home, auto, farm, crop, business, life, or health, we want to be your agent. From coverage through claims, choose Armor Insurance in Atlantic, Griswold, Council Bluffs. Give us a call at 712-243-1951. We're here to protect you.
So you're having trouble hearing. Well, let me ask you, when was your last hearing test? Maybe back in grade school? You know, hearing loss is usually gradual. Maybe you miss a word or two in conversation, or maybe you struggle when talking on the phone. Sometimes you miss out while with your favorite people. You can get ahead of hearing loss. And if you're 50 or over, even if you're not having issues, it's a good time to have an evaluation. Get a baseline of where your hearing stands. Call today to hear more. ASI, with offices in Atlantic, Audubon, and Carroll.
Live stream video at westerniowatoday.com.
And the flyover, you can probably hear it. There you hear it, Mike Henningsen with his fighter pilot World War II machine flying by. It's military night here in Atlantic, and our military veterans, active and retired, will be honored at halftime. They were able to get in this game free admission here tonight. Congratulations and thank you all of those military veterans and active for their service here. Labor Day weekend, Perry Fief and Atlantic will head out onto the field right now. Glenwood will be moving left to right. They'll defend the north goal. Atlantic will be defending the south goal. And kicking off, the Rams will receive to start this football game tonight. Let's check in one last time with Kevin Ferguson down the sidelines. Kevin, what's it like down there?
Hey, I'll tell you what, Tom, that breeze has even dropped a little more. But I'm telling you, it's a gorgeous night to be at Trojan Bowl, and a great night to see, how do I say this? See the Trojans victorious. How's that? How's that? That's the only way to say it.
Here we go. Hayden Thompson will kick it off, the right footer for Atlantic. Deep back is Longmire for the Glenwood Rams. And we are seconds away from the opening kickoff as the referee looks at his crew, and he's going to give the signal, and we are just about underway. Here is Hayden Thompson. He'll step into it for the 40-yard line. A nice kick. It's a sidewinder. Hit to the 10, picked up at the 9 by Longmire. 15, 20, 25, and he's brought down at the 26-yard line. He was tripped up by Tyson O'Brien, able to get a couple of more yards to the 26-yard line. First down and 10, Glenwood, Perry.
I was too busy watching the shoes. They're lime green. I was like, that must mean go. I don't get that, but he truly stands out.
Well, the Rams will come out on a first down and 10 from their own 26. It was a 17-yard return for Longmire, who'll be one of the receivers. Jack Johnson's wide right. Longmire is a wing back to the left. And Caden Anderson, the quarterback, will work out of the shotgun with Meyer, the setback. The snap back, the pitch to Meyer, trying to get around the left edge across the 25, 30, 35, has the first down, 40, and he's cut down the far sideline. A gain of about 13 yards on the play. Xavier Darrell came over to make the stop for Atlantic. Nolan Waters made the stop for Atlantic. And a brown shoe fit first down right out of the gate for Glenwood. They went that left edge.
They got speed. Well, and that's their big 300-pound tackle out there.
Anderson will work quickly and bring him back the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Rams 41. Anderson, Meyer takes the handoff and it gets across the 45, runs to a tackle across the 50, close to another first down for Glenwood, and they're getting chunks on their opening drive. And it's a gain of about 10 yards in the play. Another brown shoe fit first down in Atlantic territory at the 49-yard line.
And I like the way those, I don't say I like the way they run, but high step, man. These guys pick their legs up. I mean, they're picking their knees up.
Rams will look over the sideline to get the play. They've got 2 plays and 2 first downs. They move the 26 all the way up to the 49-yard line of Atlantic, a 35-yard gain in 2 plays. Anderson from the gun. Atlantic's going to blitz this play. Now Anderson going to change the play. Trojans showing blitz with Nick Bennett. Now they go back with the 4 linebackers. Now Bennett's going to blitz. Meyer gets the handoff, cutting him around the right side. He is corralled, but breaks through several tackles, runs through to the 41, and a gain of 8 yards in the play. And the Rams are really moving the football. It's 2nd down and 2 for Glenwood.
Yeah, the guys are kind of like reaching for tackles instead of like wrapping up. So it's obvious Glenwood's got speed.
2nd down, they're going to call it a gain of 7. The football on the 42-yard line of Atlantic, and their opening drive just underway. 10:42 to go in the first quarter. The Seed Pro scoreboard. Jack Johnson wide right, Longmire left. Anderson out of the shotgun for Glenwood. Meyer the tailback. Anderson again looks like he's going to change the play. Atlantic's not showing blitz. Here's the snap to Anderson. He wants to toss this one. He'll fire down the near sideline to Johnson. Makes the catch inside the 10. And they're going to mark at the 9-yard line. Another first down in the Armor Insurance red zone. And another brown shoe fit first down. And Glenwood looks sharp on offense. So right out of the gate, that was a 32-yard pass play to Jack Johnson.
It was a good throw. I mean, a really good throw by that quarterback.
So the ball rests on the 9-yard line. First down and goal for Glenwood of the Armor Insurance red zone. To make sure your protection never breaks down, call Armor Insurance at 243-1951. The play is run, and we've got a penalty, illegal procedure against Glenwood. That'll back them up 5 yards.
Take it any way you can get it.
We'll take it back to 14 now of Atlantic. First down and goal. Another brown shoe fit first down. This drive started on the Rams' 26-yard line. They've got the ball down at the 14. Illegal procedure call will back them up 5. 10:16 to go in the first quarter. Just underway. Glenwood's opening drive of the game. And the Rams are moving the football in the air and on the ground. A 35-yard pass play to Jack Johnson. Got him inside the 10. Then the illegal procedure call back to 14. Mount is wide right. They'll send Patton slot left, 2 receivers to his left. Snap back to Anderson. He wants to throw, looks into the end zone, fires to Longmire, and it is caught. Touchdown, Glenwood. A 14-yard pass play from Anderson to Mount in the corner of the end zone. And Glenwood takes a 6-0 lead in the Seed Pro scoreboard.
I mean, he just throws that ball right on the dot. I mean, wow.
That was a nice corner route by Longmire. And he caught it right in the corner of the end zone, and the Rams just like that up 6-0. A 14-yard pass play. Jose Diaz, who was 4 for 4 last week with PATs, kicks one right down Broadway, and the Rams are on top 7-0 early. We're back in 30 seconds on 95.7 FM on live video stream at westerniowatoday.com.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
Miranda and Preston.
Welcome back as Glenwood made quick work of that opening drive. Let's go on the sidelines. And Kevin Ferguson, how impressed were you with that?
Very, very impressed. I mean, especially those passing patterns. I mean, both of those passes, 2 in that drive, were timing patterns. And like Perry said, they were perfect. Right where they needed to be when they needed to be there.
7-0 in favor of Glenwood. On the Seed Pro scoreboard, they're by your side to maximize yields. From the word go, contact John Becker, Mark Ventiger, Gary Denkla, and Nick Knudsen. Anderson is going to kick it off, averaging 40 yards a kick, and he gets this one up in the air. Had a touchback last week, and that was going to angle out of bounds. So Anderson kicks it out of bounds on that left sideline. And that'll give Atlantic good field position to start their opening drive. 10:07 to play here in this first quarter on the Seed Pros scoreboard, but Rams impressive on their opening drive. They did it on the ground. They set up that play action pass play, and I think Atlantic's going to make him kick it again here, Perry.
Really? Well, I mean, he does good with his arm, but his kicking, that's all right. I hope he does that again.
D-backs for Trojans, Kennick Jewell on the far side and Colton Rasmussen on the near side. They're standing on their 10-yard line right now. We'll see if they nudge up a bit. Anderson averages 40 yards a kick. He's the kickoff man, the punt man, and then Jose Diaz is the PAT guy for Glenwood. So we're going to see Anderson tee it up again in those one of those green lime shoes he's got on there.
I told you, they stand out.
That's going to glow in the dark if the lights go out. They may glow in the dark anyway.
I think so.
The ball on the far hash mark from the Ram 35. He's going to try it again. Here's the kickoff, a high end over end. Jewell will let it go into the end zone. I believe it, just barely towed down on that line. Jewell was going to let it go, as you can see in our live video stream.
Yeah, I think they should have just took it at the 35, but, you never know. He could have scrubbed it again.
65-yard kick by the talented Caden Anderson of Glenwood. Well, we'll see what the Atlantic can do here offensively. They'll have it a first down and 10. The football on their own at 20-yard line. Zayden Parker, the quarterback for the Trojans. Atlantic with the eye backfield. They'll shift now and put Darrell tight end left, wing left McLaren. Dante gets the pitch, and he gets across the 20 to about the 21 for a gain of 1, second down and 9. Looked like that might go a ways, but Glenwood closed in a hurry.
Yeah, they kind of like just throw off the blocks and they swarm.
So Atlantic will have it to second down and 9 on their own 21-yard line. Parker gets the play from the sidelines. He had a great night a week ago. He was 7-9 throwing the football for 192 yards and 5 touchdowns. Eye backfield. This is the big guy, McLaren, the dozer. He gets a couple of yards is all. With 9:30 to go in the first quarter. And McLaren will move the football to about the 23, a gain of 2, third down and 7. Now we'll probably see a passing situation here.
Right, and I mean, Glenwood's ready for that because I don't think they have to put 2 on 27 because they've got the speed to keep up with our weapon on receiving. Iceman
is on Rasmussen, though they're just man-to-man over here. McLaren wing right, Dante Hedrington alone set back under center Parker. He'll step back to throw, launches one over the middle, incomplete. He wanted Xavier Darrow on a pass underneath and didn't get it to him, and that's going to be up a fourth down, Perry.
We saw it. He ran into the official. The official was in the way.
That's what happened. So Atlantic will have to punt the football, and it's going to be Colton Rasmussen. Only one punt a week ago for 40 yards, so he's got a good leg. Longmire, who had that 14-yard touchdown catch, is deep. He'll be back at his 46-yard line for Glenwood. 8:54 to go, first quarter, 7-0 Rams on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Snap back is a good one to Rasmussen. Here's the kick and a flag throw on the far side. It's going to be against Atlantic, illegal procedure, I believe, on.
No, I think it's against Glenwood.
Well, he pointed towards Glenwood, but it should be the other way around.
I was going to say, that didn't make sense.
I've never heard of illegal procedure against the defense. I saw him with the signal.
Encroachment. I get the encroachment part, but not. It's like I thought you could move around on defense.
That's going to hurt because Glenwood playing downhill right now. And Rasmussen backs up to his own 5-yard line. The ball rests on the 18 of the Trojans. 8:52 left here in this first quarter. Here's the snap. It dribbles back to him. He's got to hurry and gets away. A punt, a line drive, a little lazy punt. The 50-yard line, Longmire gets a block, cuts outside 45, 40, 35, 30. High steps it down the far sideline, and he couldn't keep his balance. He steps out of bounds inside the 20, and a great return for Longmire. He went 33 yards on the return down that far side. He would have gone if he hadn't lost his balance, tight roping that far sideline.
He tight roped it about 20 yards.
8:41 left first quarter. The Rams looking good here in their black helmets, all white uniforms, the black numbers. They've got the ball inside the 20 in the Armor Insurance red zone. To make sure your protection never breaks down, call Armor Insurance at 712-243-1951 as they play clock at 24 seconds as they wait for the play to come in. Anderson, the quarterback, will line up in that shotgun. Now he's got his two backs with Longmire back there along with Meyer. And Longmire gets the call across the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Glenwood.
Wow. They're just making it look easy.
Longmire with 2 touchdowns here early. A 14-yard pass. And now a 17-yard run. And Glenwood jumps out 13-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard with 8:36 to play here in this first quarter. And Jose Diaz will step up. He's 5 for 5 with PATs so far this young season. Good step, hold, set, up, good. 14-0 Glenwood. Will take a 30-second timeout. We're back with more in Atlantic on 95.7 FM and live video streaming on WesternIowaToday.com.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll. And equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Anderson will tee it up again as Coach Faust and his crew off to a great start here in Atlantic tonight. 8:36 to go here in this first quarter of play, and Glenwood's already struck twice. Trojans went 3 and outs, had to put it away, and Longmire had a great return. Perry, you talked about special teams, and Longmire, it's been all Longmire.
Yeah, I was just going to say it.
So 2 guys deeper, Kennick Jewell and Colton Rasmussen back at their own 5-yard line. Here's the kick, a line drive towards Jewell. He'll take it at the 6-yard line, 10, 15. Cuts near side 20. He's in trouble. He cut down at about the 17-yard line. Didn't get to the 20. Good special teams play by the Glenwood Rams. Getting downfield, Paulie Simonetti, the 6'1", 180-pound junior.
I mean, they're just fast. If you see how fast Glenwood is, I mean, they're just flying everywhere.
Zayden Parker will join the huddle and bark out the play here with 8:30 to go in this first quarter. We'll get down to Kevin Ferguson here in a moment. Rasmussen wide left with Hanson. Slot right is McLaren. In fact, wing right McLaren. Dante Hedrickton, the lone setback. Play action. Here's Parker. A little screen play to McLaren. He's hit, breaks a tackle, breaks another, and dives for it across the 20 to the 21. He was able to get 4 yards by himself and made a tough catch to get it. Second down and 6.
He's got to leave because his helmet popped off for a play, but he did that all on his own. I mean, he really did.
So McLaren will have to come out for one play, as Perry mentioned, and Brock Goodrich will take his spot with 8 minutes left first quarter. 14-0 Glenwood on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Parker will bring the troops up. The ball at the near hash mark of the Trojan 19-yard line. Second down and 8. In the backfield, Dante Hedrickton. The quarterback, Zayden Parker, takes the snap. He wants to throw, lobs a screen. It's caught and dropped. Xavier Darrow made the catch, and a flag is thrown on the tackle. So nothing there. They're going to mark the football back at the 19. So, well, they're going to give him forward progress to the 15-yard line. 7:41 to play in the first quarter. Let's see what this penalty is all about. Let's go down to Kevin Ferguson. Kevin?
Yeah. Well,
they're waving it off.
It was behind the line of scrimmage, so they're picking that one up. So,
all right, thank you.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, on that one to the fullback. You couldn't see it from where you were, but that ball popped out and hit the ground, and Colin Bruce jumped on that baby pretty quick. It was pretty special. save that series for now.
Third down and 13 for the Trojans. Snap back to Parker from the 15. Fires on. Hedrington makes the catch and a solo stop for the Glenwood Rams. And that's going to bring up another 4th down. Good play by Glenwood, and they are on top of things here in this opening quarter. That was Cole Stout, the 195-pound junior linebacker, 6'1", made the solo tackle. And now Rasmussen back at his goal line with 7:14 to play in the first quarter, letting down 14-0 the Seed Pro School Board. 4th and 16 from the 12. Here's the punt. Nice punt, a missile. Longmire has to run back. It's going to be let go inside the 40 down the 37-yard line. What a punt. What a punt by Rasmussen, 50-60. That went 63 yards.
That's huge. That
from where he stood.
Yeah.
What a punt by Rasmussen, and that really helps the Trojans here. They get out of the hole somewhat, and the Rams now back at their own 37-yard line, 1st down and 10. We'll see if the Trojan defense can make some adjustments here and get a stop. The Rams are 2 for 2, and Longmire scored both touchdowns, a 14-yard pass and a 17-yard run. Lining in a blitz. Here comes Bennett. Snap back to Anderson. He's rushed, rolls right, stops, pops, and it is caught by Patton at the 45, and he's going to be stepping out of bounds the 49-yard line. A Brown shoe fit 1st down for Glenwood. The big guy, Trent Patton, 230-pound receiver, made the catch and the run to the 49-yard line of Atlantic.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get him. I mean, we finally got some pressure on the quarterback, but again, he just got such composure. He just kind of, you could tell like he didn't want to go there, but that was his last resort, and they still got all those yards.
No huddle. Trent Patton made the catch. He's wing left. Longmire wide right on a 1st and 10 for the Rams, the 49 of Atlantic. Snap back to Anderson with the gut. Little toss pass complete to Longmire at the 45-40, and he's drugged down at the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Nick Bennett, the linebacker. Boy, close to another 1st down. They're going to mark it down at about the 38. Another Brown shoe fit 1st down for the Rams.
And I don't know if you're noticing, but I am. Those offensive linemen are getting down and blocking downfield. I mean, they're just they're pushing their linemen out of the way and running downfield to make another block.
6:10 left and counting in the first quarter. The Seed Pros scoreboard. Rams up 14-0. They have it 1st down and 10 at the Trojan 38-yard line. Anderson now the shotgun. Trip receivers left. Snap back to Anderson. He wants to throw. He breaks out of the pocket. Tosses one. Caught by Johnson inside the 15. Down to the 13-yard line. A gain of 25 more yards. And back into that Armor Insurance red zone. Glenwood knocking the door again. Another Brown shoe fit 1st down.
They're just so professional. But, most of them are all seniors. They've been playing for 3-4 years. They probably started as freshmen.
1st down and 10 Rams at the Trojan 17 in the Armor Insurance red zone. To make sure your protection never breaks down, call Armor Insurance. There's a toss pass again to Johnson. He gets across the 10 and dives forward to the 9 for a gain of 8 more yards on the play. 2nd down and 2 for Glenwood. They have the ball right at the 10-yard line, 9-yard line. And back in business again inside that 10-yard line. The ball at the 9.
And they don't even huddle. They just go.
2nd down and a couple of yards for Anderson and the Rams. 5 minutes left first quarter, 14-0 Glenwood. Anderson takes a snap. Meyer gets the handoff. He dances away for 3 and gets the 1st down for Glenwood. They're going to mark the football at the 8-yard line. I might be mistaken there, Kevin Ferguson. How close is it down there?
A yard and a half.
Yard and a half, so 3rd down and a yard and a half.
Well, that's about first short. I mean, you got a yard and a half.
3rd down, and that's about what Fergie, he's got his eyeball right on it. 3rd down, and we'll call it a long yard. The football to the 8-yard line of Atlantic. 4:25 to play first quarter. The Seed Pro scoreboard. The Rams are threatening again. Under center, Anderson out of the eye, and this is Patton. And we've got a whistle, and a flag is thrown.
Oh, offside.
Encroachment on Atlantic is going to be the call, a 5-yard penalty. An ouchie for the Trojans and a 1st down for Glenwood. A Brown shoe fit 1st down. 4:19 to go. They're going to mark it inside the 5. They're going to nose the ball down the 4-yard line. Now the Trojan defense pair, they've got to pin the ears back here.
Big time. They better have some serious bobby pin.
4:16 to go. First quarter, Anderson under center. Double tight end set. He's going to pitch back to Meyer. Meyer tries to get the edge. He's cut inside across the 5 and dodges a tackle and scores for Glenwood. A 4-yard run. He got around the block and then cut back inside on Waters. And it's going to be a touchdown, Glenwood. They're up 20-0, 4:06 to play on a 4-yard run by Meyer. And Jose Diaz is back in to kick the PAT. 2 for 2 tonight. He's 6 for 6 on the year. Snap is good. Set, kick up, and it is good. We'll take a break. Back in 30 on 95.7 FM and live video stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Get to the Super Bowl in Atlantic for a great night of entertainment. League teams are forming now. If you don't have a team and still want to compete, you can sign up and Dan will find a team for you. Stop by or call 712-243-4656. And the Super Bowl is not just for leagues. It's a fantastic place for parties. And as always, Glow Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights.
Glenwood off to a tremendous start. Let's go to the sidelines and Kevin Ferguson. And, boy, what's going right for the Rams up front?
Well, up front, they're just covering and sealing, blocking, pushing left or right and getting their tails in the hole. And the Trojans just really aren't doing a very good job of wrapping up. I mean, it's not Christmas time here for the defense.
So Anderson will kick it off for Glenwood. 4:06 to play in the first quarter. They're already up 21-0 with the Seed Pro scoreboard. Anderson will step into it again. Atlantic has yet to get a first down. A nice high kick. Jewell from the 5-yard line drops the ball, picks it back up across the 5. He's running for his life to the 6-7. He's wrestled down there. What a great job by Kellen Scott racing downfield on special teams to make the tackle.
Out of 11 white jerseys, there had to be at least 9 there to make that tackle.
Yeah, they're rooting Scott on, the special teams guy and linebacker at 5'10", 175 and a senior. Kellen Scott also will carry the ball here. He was one of many that carried the football last week. And Atlantic again with their backs against the wall. We'll see what they can do here with 4 minutes left. First quarter down 21-0. The quarterback, Zayden Parker, out of the shotgun with Dante Hetherington to his right. 3 receivers right. The pass is thrown. It is caught on the far side by Hansen. 15 up to the 17-yard line. Almost a first down. It lacks just a little bit, Kevin Ferguson. Where are we at?
It's a first down.
So the Trojans get their first down of the football game. A nice quick pass to Jared Hansen. He made the grab for 10, and the ball up to the 17-yard line of Atlantic, Perry.
It was a nice throw. Actually, the guys did good and gave the quarterback some protection, which was really good.
3:51 to play, first quarter. The Seed Pro scoreboard. Atlantic with a first down and 10. A brown shoe fit first down. 3 receivers left. Parker's going to throw again. Fires, and it is caught by Tristan Hayes at the 15. A loss of 2. That'll bring up a second down and 12 for the Trojans with 3:30 to play first quarter. McLaren checks in. Xavier Darrow checks in. Hayes and Goodrich will come out for Atlantic. The ball at the Trojan 15 with 3:17 to go in the first quarter. Atlantic down 21-0 to Glenwood of the Seed Pro scoreboard. They're by your side to maximize yields from over go. Contact John Becker, Mark Ventagger, Gary Dankel, and Nick Knudsen. Rasmussen yet to touch the ball wide right. I'd send him down the sideline in a hurry. Just throw it up. 2 receivers. There's the snap back to Zayden Parker. Lots of time. Lobs it. Complete to Gavin McLaren. 15. He gets to the 20, close to 20-yard line. A gain of about 4 yards of the play. And whenever he touches the football, you hear the crowd.
Oh, yeah. It's Haas. I'm surprised they're not chanting Haas, Haas.
I thought we called him Dozer, but
no, remember, they said Haas.
2:37 left. Atlantic with a third down. The football on their own 19-yard line. They'll have a third down and 8, a short 8. Rasmussen comes wide left with 2:24 and counting the first quarter. Hansen wide right. High backfield behind Zayden Parker under center. Trojans have 1 first down this drive. They'll shift with Darrell going to the tight end right. Here's the snap, and in trouble as Parker throws incomplete to Darrell, but he was under duress. Braden Talcott, I believe, we may have to check that.
79, yeah.
Yeah, that was Carson Sorensen, excuse me, Perry. 6'2", 220-pound senior.
Yeah.
He was breathing down his neck.
Yeah, I mean, he was about back there before the ball got to the quarterback.
2:09 left first quarter, and that brings up another fourth down for Atlantic. We'll see if Rasmussen can boot this one like he did the last time. He had a 60-some yarder from where he stood. 4th and 8, Atlantic for 19. There's the punt. Another nice punt. Spiraling punt. Longmire backpedals the 40-yard line. 45 gets to the 48, and he is brought down to 50. So the Rams get the ball back for the 4th straight time, and they've scored 3 straight times. They've had the football, and it's right at midfield for Hexmark.
I said they're just like a well-oiled machine, this Glenwood offense. They just...
1:59 to go in the first quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Nolan Clark, wide right. Patton, the big guy, 230-pound receiver. He's the slot right. Meyer, the running back, to the right side of the quarterback. Cade Anderson. Here's the snap. Anderson, play action, fires left side, complete to Longmire at the 46-45, and he's run out of bounds by Kinnick Jewell at about the 42-yard line. A gain of 8 of the play. They're going to mark it back at the 43-yard line. Gain of 7. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 for Glenwood with 1:53 to go in the first quarter.
And this looks like the offense just trusts their receivers like a pitch and cat, or, just pitch it out there and see how fast and far the receivers can go.
Glenda leading Red Oak 8-0 early. Glenwood over Atlantic here 21-0. HSCW 19-0 over Riverside. Snap back. Anderson throws. It is caught by Longmire at the 34-yard line. Hanson made the stop for the Trojans. Malia also helped out, but another brown shoe fit first down inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Another 1st and 10.
We got a flag? We got a holding? Finally we get a holding?
I didn't see the flag, Perry, but they're
right there by the yellow Trojan.
Oh, there you go.
Almost blends in.
It blends in, didn't it? So holding is the call. That's a break for Atlantic with 1:47 to play in the first quarter. It'll be marked for the line of scrimmage back to about the 40-70-yard line. First, 2nd down and long now. 2nd and 13 for Glenwood. 1:47 to play in this first quarter. 21-0 Rams on top. Here's a snap back to Anderson. He's going to throw it again. Here comes the rush. He'll lob one down the middle. Longmire makes the catch to the 25, and he's going to go 15, 10, 5, a touchdown Rams. Oh, my.
Does he throw it to anybody else?
Longmire with the catch, a 53-yard pass and catch for Glenwood, and they're up big. 27-0 with 1:32 to go in the first quarter, Perry.
Well, he was wide open, and he's just a player. I mean, my goodness, he's got the speed, and he can cut, and he gets himself open all the time.
Well, Longmire is 3 touchdowns, 2 catches, and 1 running. And Diaz will attempt the PAT for the Rams. The snap, the set, the kick is right down Main Street. 28-0 Glenwood. We're back in 30 at 95.7 FM and live video stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Bantacker, Gary Dinklett, Nick Knutson, and John Becker.
Welcome back is Glenwood. It's all Rams right here. They've scored in 4 straight drives here in the first quarter. Lead 28-0. Kevin Ferguson, and what a great first half. This team is well oiled, aren't they?
Hey, they've got it down. I think they've had practice a time or two, Tom.
Coach Boss, the pregame, you might have heard, he said they had some things to clean up, and
what?
Yeah, they hired Mr. Clean to do her, by golly.
They've got it spit shine here for this one tonight. So the kickoff forthcoming from Caden Anderson. He's getting a sore leg here. This is 4th kickoff here in the first quarter. There it is, a high end over end to Jewell. No, this is Hayes. Backpedaling to the 5-yard line. 10, 15. He gets to the 20, 25. He throws the football, and Glenwood gets it. A great return by Hayes, and he coughed it up. At the 24-yard line, Rams have a first down and 10.
That was a good return. He's ducking and jiving and juking, and he just, I don't know, someone must have came from behind and just popped it out.
They popped it out. They slapped it right out of his hands. And the Trojans with the turnover, and Glenwood gets it back. And that's exactly what the Trojans did not need here with 1:24 to go in this first stanza. And the Rams up 28-0. Clearly beating Red Oak 8-0. HSTW over Riverside 19-0 early. Anderson under center from his own 24. Here's Meyer, and he's wrapped up and thrown down by Gavin McLaren.
There's Haas. I liked what Haas did there. It was almost like a belly-to-belly souffle, but
no gain, second down and 10. I love the way you say that, Perry. Here's Haas. Well, that was a big defensive play. Gave this large Trojan crowd something to cheer about. Second and 10 to the 24, and we've got a hard count and offside. The Trojans are going to give 5 free yards to the Rams.
Well, there's like 2 of them that did that one.
Anderson stepped under center, and he had that hard count, and the Trojans bit. They'll take the ball from the 24 to the 19. It'll be second and 5 for Glenwood. 51 seconds to play and counting here in the first quarter. 28-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And the Rams come up. The ball now in the Armor Insurance red zone to make sure your protection never breaks down. Call Armor Insurance 243-1951. Anderson to pass. He lobs one in the end zone to Mount, incomplete. And Kinnick Jewell got a paw on it. So they go to somebody else, and that was Nolan Mount.
We got another flag. I think it might be against Glenwood. I don't know.
The flag rests on the 20-yard line of Atlantic with 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. And we're going to see what this is all about. Kevin Ferguson.
Oh, against Atlantic.
Yeah.
Personal foul against the Trojans. That will be half the distance to the goal.
Ooh, coming to talk to the coach.
29 ticks on the clock, and Glenwood up 28-0. Anderson Longmire for 14 with 10:47 to play in this frame. Longmire a 17-yard run after a great punt return. Meyer scores from 4, and Longmire a 53-yard catch and run for Glenwood. First down for the Rams. Football on the 9-yard line of Atlantic, first and goal. Brown shoe fit first down on that personal foul call. Anderson or center, pitch back to Meyer. Meyer gets a block across the 10. He's hit and pummeled at the 5-yard line. Hanson was there. Also, Nick Bennett, the linebacker, pursuing nicely. And it's going to be a gain down to the 5-yard line. Also for the Trojans, Nolan Waters was in the vicinity, and that's going to be it here in the first quarter. Rams up big, 28-0. We're back in a minute on 95.7 FM and live video streamed on WesternIowaToday.com.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Partner with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. With exceptional yield and value, neighbor-friendly weed control, and more new elite genetics developed faster, Stein can help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience with Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
Contact Trey Bricks at 249-2503.
Well, we'll go the second quarter. We'll switch sides here. Atlantic will receive the Ram kickoff, 28-0. Glenwood with the lead. They did receive a text message here. Audubon leading Colonesco 16-8 in the first quarter. Thank you, Jeff Christensen. Also, there's some keys for anybody that might have lost some keys on the Washington playground. You can make an announcement here and see if somebody lost them. I'm reading this verbatim. at the West Ticket Gate till halftime. They'll be there till halftime. Jackie, thank you. And yes, we did get the text. Well, the Rams have the football on the Atlantic 5-yard line. Second and goal to start the second quarter, up 28-0. They've scored on 4 consecutive drives. Anderson works out of the shotgun. Meyer right up the gut, cuts outside, gets to the 3, down to the 2. He's pushed back. Nice job by Colton Becker up there to make the stop, along with Nolan Waters, a safety man. Gain of a couple of yards to the 3-yard line. Second and goal from the 3. Third and goal, from the 3 of Atlantic.
Wow. Good job, defense.
Rams are knocking on the door here. Atlantic has to pin their ears back again. You said they need some bobby pins here.
A lot
to stop this Ram offense. Sanderson will duck under center here with double tight end set. Meyer, the lone setback. He's going to get the call, and he's across the 2. Slides off a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Glenwood. 34-0 Rams on the Seed Pros scoreboard. A 3-yard run by Meyer. And the Rams up 34-0 early second quarter on the Seed Pros scoreboard.
Man, this make it look so easy.
They really do. And Jose Diaz will be in to kick the PAT for Glenwood. And the set by Scott is a high snap. Scott has to scramble for it. He's going to roll right and throw it into the end zone. It is incomplete. They had it in the hands for a moment. Looked like Cole Stout was the intended target on the revised play. But that's really the first miscue for Glenwood here in the first half.
So they do make mistakes.
That one there. 11:23 left, first half, 34-0. Glenwood on the Seed Pro scoreboard. We're back in 30 seconds on 95.7 FM and live video streamed at westerniowatoday.com, KS957.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket race into town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
We're back, and the Trojans set to receive another kickoff, 35-0 Glenwood. Anderson steps into it, a line drive towards Tristan Hayes, and he's going to watch it go out of bounds.
Yeah, this time, just take it at the 35. Don't let them re-kick it.
We'll see what they do here, Perry. They may have to back him up their own 35 and kick it again, or the Trojans are going to take it. I believe it's a good call, Perry.
I would. I mean, look what happened the last time we made him re-kick it.
Well, we'll see what the Trojans can do here. They're going to mark the football on Atlantic's 35-yard line. 11:23 to go here in this first half. And the Rams up 35-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Wide right, Hanson. Wide left, Rasmussen. And the handoff to the big guy, McLaren. He's going to be wrestled down for maybe a gain of a yard to the 36, and that's it.
Well, he's still doing positive yards. When he gets the ball, he has not gone backwards yet.
Let's go down to Fergie, and Glenwood's getting some good penetration on the defensive line.
Well, they are, Tom, and just good penetration, good athletes, good positioning and how they get down and come up and stick their arms out and push. You know, just doing a really good job, unfortunately.
10:55 left to go here in this first half of play. Atlantic down big, 35-0. The ball on their own 36. And there's a hard count and a miscue by the Rams. Unless the Trojan flinched, it's going to be encroachment. That's going to be the case. They'll mark the ball up to the 41-yard line. That'll help the Trojans here. It'll bring up a second down and 4 for Atlantic.
All right. 2 positive plays. I like that.
The Trojans will have the football on a second down and 4. We'll see if they give it to McLaren, the big fullback for the Trojans. And they're going to come up with I backfield. McLaren, the fullback, the 6'2", 225-pound sophomore with Hendrickson behind him. In motion near side is Jared Hanson. And a play action line's going to throw it. They'll throw a bomb down to Rasmussen. A jump ball, and Rasmussen makes the catch inside the 30 down the 29-yard line. What a catch by Colton Rasmussen.
He went up between two because there were three guys going for that ball, and he came down with it. So he's got some good hands.
Well, how about that catch there, Fergie?
Hey, that's just what the doctor ordered. First of all, he had time to throw the ball. And secondly, what do you do when you get it to Ras? Just throw it up in the air over his head where nobody else can get it, because he will.
Went after that impressive. Three guys around him. First and 10, Atlantic at the 28. The Browns shoot for the first down. The second first down for the Trojans. In motion, Hanson. Handoff to the Haas. It's McLaren across the 25. Still going. He's still got those feet chugging. He's going to get down inside the 25, the 23, a gain of 5. Second down and 5 for Atlantic.
he's like an angry water buffalo.
9:57 to go. I've never seen one, but I guess I've seen one tonight.
Yeah.
Huh? Second and 5, Atlantic at the 23 of Glenwood. They'll send Ritter wide left for the Trojans. Rasmussen wide right. High backfield. Under center is Zayden Parker back in motion. Ritter near sideline. Here's the pitch, weak side. Hedrickson flag flies. Hedrick reverses field across the 24 to the 23. But this one probably going to come back against Atlantic.
I imagine it's going to be a false start.
9:30 left, first half. The ball at the 23. And we're waiting for the signal. Let's see if Fergie can get an idea of what the penalty's about.
Holding.
Illegal shift is what they're called. And
man, we were all off.
That was called last week as well. They have that shift. This one illegal as they bring in Goodrich as a tight end. A loss of 5 on the penalty, back to the 28-yard line. Second down and 10 for Atlantic. 9:30 to go here in this first half of the Steve Pros School Board. The best defense right now for Atlantic is ball controlled against Glenwood, who leads big 34-0. Twins left, Rasmussen right, narrow side of the field. Snap to Parker. And we've got another flag thrown by the headlines, but illegal procedure against Atlantic. 5-yard penalty, backs them up 5 more.
You sure these are seasoned officials?
They're on it.
We're down 34 points. Come on, dude.
Back to 33. So second down and long for Atlantic. They need to get out of the 17-yard line, so it's second and 15. Ritter wide left. Goodrich in the slot left. Rasmussen wide right. 9 minutes left first half. Atlantic down 34-0. Here's Parker, takes the snap, looks left. Now he's going to throw left, and it is incomplete right over the head of Ritter. And Goodrich was there as well. Good coverage by Glenwood, but that pass was errant. Third and 15 for Atlantic with 8:52 to go in the first half. Mark the football at the 33 of Glenwood.
He had good protection. I mean, he had 2, 3, 4 seconds, but just a little too high.
Glenwood leading 34-0 here. Griswold and Cam. No score in that one. Corinna 8-0 over Red Oak. 19-0 HSTW over Riverside. Audubon leads Colonesco 16-8. Third and 15 here. The ball at the 33 of Glenwood. And another flag is thrown. This time the referee. Delay of game Atlantic. Another 5-yard penalty. Back to 38 now. 3 straight flags on the Trojans.
Yeah, good.
Take it back to the 38-yard line.
Man.
Well,
they're doing so good.
I think I'd try to throw a missile down to Rasmussen.
That's why I think they backed up.
Jack Johnson is the corner here, man-to-man on him. The safety's got a spy on him. Play action. Anderson to throw, or Parker to throw. Fires one to Rasmussen, and it is intercepted by Nolan Clark. 10. He returns a 15, 20. Clark cuts right side, 25, 30. Has a wall, 40, 45, 50. Breaks the tackle, 40, 35, 30. He's going to go all the way down inside the 10. 5, touchdown Glenwood.
Wow.
What a
he spiked it.
Job by Nolan Clark. With the pick and the run and the flag flies.
I don't think you can spike the ball in high school, can you?
I don't believe so.
That might be the flag.
There's a flag at the 10. One back here. So this may be coming back. Okay, Cody, thank you. Cody Weaver on our camera. He's thinking we may have a block on the back. Nolan Clark with the interception and a big return to pay dirt, but this is coming back. There's a flag at the 10-yard line. 8:28 to go. Well, down there to Kevin Ferguson. Kevin?
Well, yeah, you can't spike the ball. And, oh, man, I got to be nice when I say this. I'm thinking maybe that we got to teach them how to call a pass interference, too. Rasmussen was mugged down there.
Okay. You were there. Well, there's 2 penalties, Perry. You're right about the spike. It was unsportsmanlike conduct and a block in the back. So that was negate the pick 6. They'll back it up to the 35-yard line of Atlantic. 8:28 to play first half.
Now, I'm glad that happened, but I feel sorry for the kid that ran it all the way back. Took away his touchdown, but, dude, your teammates kind of stabbed you in the back.
Yeah, 34-0 the score in favor of Glenwood. The scoreboard shows 40, but they haven't taken off yet. The ball is at the 35-yard line of Atlantic. 34-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Diaz was perfect until that bad snapback. Meyer scored on that 3-yard run. And now Glenwood has it in motion. Longmire back to Anderson. Now the shotgun. He wants to throw the football. Looks downfield. Now he's in trouble. Rolls right. Rolls. He's going to tuck and run. 35-30 and runs out of bounds to the 28. A gain of about 8 yards in the play. Second down for the Rams with 8:18 to play first half.
Okay, but that's good because that's just telling us that our DBs and everybody had everybody covered, and he had nowhere to throw the ball at all.
Great job back there. Rams up 34-0. The Seed Pros scoreboard. 8:18 to go here in this first half. Jack Johnson wide left. Anderson had a shotgun. Kellen Scott now there at receiver. He's slot left with Meyer, the tailback. Twin receivers right. Anderson throws and is caught by Johnson. Works off a block inside the 25 to 20-yard line. A gain of 9 yards of the play. Another Brown shoe pit first down in that Armor Insurance red zone to make sure your protection never breaks down. Call Armor Insurance 712-243-1951. And the ball at the 21st and 10.
And I'm just telling you, those receivers, they block for each other. That's...
Well, they do, and the receivers really work off the block well.
Yeah.
First down and 10, Glenwood, 8 minutes left, first half. Up 34-0 of the Seed Pros scoreboard as the sun starts to take a break for the night. Here's the blitz. Anderson rolls right. Now the gun looks to throw, fires. It is caught by Longmire at the 5, and he dives forward to the 3-yard line. A gain of 17. Another first down and 10 for Glenwood. Another Brown shoe pit first down, and Longmire comes up wounded.
He was reaching. He about ran through the tackles. He basically got shirt tackled, and he was still.
Well, I think he about threw his arm out of the socket there as he reached forward.
My shoulder's starting to throb.
First and goal. Glenwood, the 3 of Atlantic. They're knocking the door again. Johnson wide right. Longmire wide left. Longmire 3 touchdowns here. 1 running, 2 pass catching. Here's the snap to Anderson. Meyer right up the middle, and he's gang tackled 1. A gain of 2. Second down and goal, Glenwood. 7:40 to play. Clock is stopped for some reason here. The ball at the 1-yard line. 34-0 the score. Rams with the lead. They've scored on a 14-yard pass, 17-yard run, 4-yard run, 53-yard pass, and a 3-yard run. 34-0, and they are right there on the 1-yard line. Double tight end set eye backfield. They got Patton, the big guy, the fullback, and Anderson takes it himself across the goal line. Didn't make it. Anderson didn't make it. Becker was there to help out with, amongst others there. Leonard, the big guy, he was stuffing the hole. Leonard at
now they're saying touchdown.
6'9", 313, and they did give him a touchdown.
I didn't see no official go up.
So a 1-yard run for Anderson, and now it's 40-0 Glenwood on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 7:24 to play here in this first half. Set, kick by Diaz is good. 7:24 to go here in this first half of playing. Glenwood up 41-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. We're back in a minute on 95.7 FM and live video streamed on westerniowatoday.com.
When it comes to getting you the best coverage for the best price, we work with 15 different insurance carriers. Why so many? Because one size does not fit all, nor does one carrier fit every need. As your agent, we will work to find you the best coverage for the best price and inform you of other options available as well. For home, auto, farm, crop, business, life, or health, we want to be your agent. From coverage through claims, choose Armor Insurance in Atlantic, Griswold, Council Bluffs. Give us a call at 712-243-1951. We're here to protect you.
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to myersindustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
Anderson will kick it off. Here it is, a line drive, and it's going to hit the 20, and it's going to go out of bounds. The third time Anderson has chipped it out of bounds. And he'll have to kick it again. 7:24 to go, first half. Let's go to Kevin Ferguson, and boy, Glenwood's impressive, Kevin.
Boy, they are, just a machine that just keeps plugging away, and Trojans, aren't getting any help. They're getting in their own way, a little bit with the penalties. But, that you going to have to tighten it up and just walk out of here with some pride and make some things happen here.
41-0 the score in favor of the Glenwood. Donovan Hedrington will check in for Atlantic on that offensive line. Trojans come up with Ritter wide right, Goodrich slot right, Rasmussen wide left. Ball at the 35. Here's the Dante Hedrington. Breaks the tackle, 35. Puts his head down and spins to the 39. A gain of 4. Second down and 6. On a right tackle play, Perry.
Well, and they got good 5 yards, but did you see there's like 7, 8 white jerseys just pounding on our one running back?
They pursue.
Yes, they do.
They fly to the football. That's what's impressive by Glenwood here. In this game, they're up 41-0 here in the first half, 6:57 to play. Rasmussen wide left. He had a tremendous catch earlier. Parker out of the gun, takes a snap, hand off to Hedrington, the backfield hit, and he's going to have a loss. Loss on the play, and Meyer made the stop. Brody Schaefer made the stop for Glenwood.
Who's 59 for us? Who's that?
That's Hedrington, Donovan Hedrington, Dante's brother.
Man, he took 79, that 230-pound stud from Glenwood, and he drove him back like 5-6 yards. That was a good block.
Keep him in. 6:23 to go, first half. Third down and 6 Atlantic, their own 39, down 41-0. Rasmussen wide left, wins to the right side. Hedrington own setback, Parker out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, going to throw again. Here comes the blitz, screen pass, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by Stout, and he's going to go. Touchdown, Glenwood. Stout with the pick. 6 for the Rams, and they're up 47-0. Oof. Stout just jumped the route, and he was nothing but green ahead of him. And he's into the end zone, and the Rams up 47-0. 6:02 to go in the first half.
Wow. It's a clinic, man. That's what it is. It's just a clinic from Glenwood.
So the extra point by Jose Diaz. High snap. They get it down. He gets it up, and it's good. He
missed it.
Oh, he missed it. He did.
Finally, something else went bad for him.
47-0. Glenwood with the lead. They've missed 2 extra points here in the ball game, and we'll keep it right here. We'll go down to Kevin Ferguson, and I tell you, Kevin, they tried to go left side, and Stout was there to pick it off.
Yeah, he was. That screenplay worked once, and we keep going back. It just ain't working. They're reading that real well. You can see it right where I was. I watching Hedrington on the line, and you can see him. He just kind of let his guy go. Kind of the whole line did that, and
right. They didn't hold their blocks long.
They didn't hold it long enough. They got to hold it for a second or two, and then released. Yeah, and as far as missed PATs, Maybe that'll have a difference at the end, Tom.
Broadcast brought to you by Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, the hometown bank for hometown people. The member FDIC and Elkhart Plastics. Integrity, optimism, customer focus, and a can-do spirit. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to fill out an application. Well, Anderson will kick it off again from the 40. Here it is. Line drive. That one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
That's false start or something.
That's his third touchback of the season. It's not going to count if he's flagged thrown back at the 44-yard line of Glenwood, so they'll back him up 5. 6:02 left in the half. The Trojans will see if they can sustain a drive here of some sort before halftime. Speaking of halftime, our Aiken Building Center halftime show features Brian Wagner from the Atlantic Booster Club, who has some tremendous news to pass along. We had a nice visit with Brian here this week. He's a busy man, so we talked to him and told him we're going to do a playback. He's has 2 youngsters in the band, and he wants to watch them and for him. And he does a tremendous job with that Booster Club, the president this year. So he'll be our guest at halftime, and he'll talk about a really good financial news. Here's the kickoff again to the 35. Here's a line drive, and that one's going to sail to Hayes at the 3, 5, 10, 15. Hayes to the 20, cuts outside and back up across the 25 to the 28-yard line. A return of about 26 yards, and I like the way Hayes cut back up.
Yeah, it was a good run back for him because there was really no blocking. I mean, he got all that on his own.
And the clock did not start. 6:02 to go still in the first half of the Seed Pros scoreboard. To buy your side to maximize yield. Forward go. Contact Mark Ventiger, Gary Dinkler, Nick Knutson, and John Becker. Receivers left and right, Hanson left. Ball far hash, 1st and 10, Atlantic at the 29. Hand off to Hedrington, trying to find some room, cuts right side across the toe. He had some room, and then here comes the big guy, Trent Patton, in to make the tackle. Little ankle tackle on Hedrington.
That was a good tackle. It was a one-arm tackle, but if he would have broke that, he had some daylight.
2nd down and 10, the Trojans of their own 29. Clock running, 5:40 to go here in this first half. 47-0 Glenwood. Florida beating Red Oak 24-0. HSTW 27-0 over Riverside. Auburn over Colasco 16-8. Some of the scores will pass along throughout. 2nd and 10 for Atlantic of their own 29. Handoff goes to Hedrington. He has some room around the outside 30. Gets a block 35, and he's brought down there for a gain of 6. 3rd down and 4 for Atlantic. So he cut back, and I'm not sure that's where the play was designed for. Hedrington gets up limping, and now Tyson O'Brien will step in. He's a very capable tailback as well. So Hedrington, his ankle twisted here a little bit. And he's going to walk it off. 4:55 to go. First half, 47-0 Glenwood. Rasmussen wide left. Hanson wide right eye backfield, 3rd and 4. Anderson, the shift again. McLaren wing back right. Here's the pitch back to Tyson. Gets a block from McLaren. He gets up to the 39, 40, 41-yard line. He's going to get a first down. How about O'Brien? But he got a block from Gavin McLaren, Perry Fief.
Haas. He does it all, man. I mean, and that's what he wants to do. He said he wants to block for the running backs.
Instead, he rushed for 135 yards last week. How about that block down there, Fergie?
Yeah, I tell you what, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a little spark, and, big hits can do that, guys.
4:20 left here in this first half. 1st and 10 Atlantic. A Brown shoe fit first down. Trojans have the 41-yard line. Down 47-0 under center. Zayden Parker. Again, the shift. Lone setback is Rasmussen. Counterplay to McLaren. He spun off a Patton, and then he's going to be driven back by Logan Hughes.
He got 2 yards. He might have went backwards after the tackle, but he got 2 yards.
Let's see if they give it. They're going to give it to him up to the 43-yard line. Long Chaya was there. Logan Hughes to make the stop on the big guy. 2nd down and 3:43 left. 2nd and 8 for Atlantic. Zayden Parker checks in the huddle. Trojans trying to get something going here offensively. And they'll bring Jared Hanson wide right, Rasmussen wide left. McLaren the fullback in the offset eye with Tyson O'Brien the tailback. 2nd and 8. Parker under center. Hand off to Tyson O'Brien. Cuts back inside, hit hard at the 39 and driven it back. Or excuse me, 44, driven it back. He got a yard.
Got a yard, or 2, maybe.
Yeah, give him to the 45.
Yeah.
3rd down and 6 for Trojans, the 45-yard line. 3:05 and counting to go in the first half.
But again, them white jerseys, they just swarm. There's not 1, 2. There's like 6, 7.
Well, you look at that defensive line, and they're all, 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Very athletic. Hands to the wide right. Rasmussen left. 3rd down and 6 from the 45-yard line. The Trojans. Parker, play action, has time. He's going to launch one to Rasmussen, backpedaling, and he can't make the catch. And he was covered like a blanket on the far sideline. 4th down and 6 for the Trojans with a 45. Some contact there, but not enough to make the call. Atlantic will have to put it away here with 2:23 to go in the half. Colton Rasmussen established himself as a good punter as well. The Trojans will send Tyson O'Brien wide left as a streaker. Ritter to the right side. Longmire deep. Snap to Rasmussen. There's the kick. A high wobbler. And Longmire's going to let it go. It bounces at the 25. A lot of rubber flying on this synthetic turf. And that'll bring up a 1st down and 10 for Glenwood at their own 25-yard line. 1st down and 10. The Trojans move the ball.
All right, I don't want to be saying anything negative, but
but you're gonna.
No, well, Glenwood is putting a lot of our guys on their back.
I watched that
did
too.
You see that?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say anything negative, but holy moly, they're this physical team.
They're a good football team. Won by a couple of points over Sioux City East last week, and Coach Foss said they were fortunate to win it. 1:55 to go. Trojans need to get a stop here. 47-0 Glenwood is. Cade Anderson will duck under center backfield behind him. And he hand off the fullback up to the line of scrimmage. Atlantic able to gang tackle him there. Good job of the Trojans. Sorensen was there. How about that big nose tackle? Leonard, he was there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. 1:36 and counting to go in the first half. Ball in the 26 of Glenwood. They have been nothing but impressive here. Coach coming out for the Rams right now. I think we've got a timeout, and that's going to be the case. We'll take it with them.
I think someone kind of on one knee, one of the linemen. Got a stinger maybe?
We'll be back in 30 on 95.7 FM, and live video streamed on westerniowatoday.com is presented by Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile. We're back right after this.
The perfect companion is waiting for you at the Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic. Pick out a furry guinea pig, hamster, or mouse. Maybe something feathered. They have an aviary full of birds to choose from. What about something scaly, like a snake, lizard, or hermit crab? And it's in their name. A wide variety of fish are available at the Fish Store and Pet Center. Get all the food and accessories you need to keep that new addition to your family happy and healthy. The Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic, a pet lover's paradise.
Mason Kohler, the center, the injured Ram, and they're going to bring in a new center here as Kohler walking off on his own power. Hopefully he's all right. 1:29 left, 2nd out of 9 for the Rams at their own 26-yard line. Glenwood has been impressive in the first half. How about Cam? Speaking of impressive, they won last week over Audubon, up 60-0 over Grizzled Tigers. So the Rams have it, 1st down. They're 2nd and 9. Pitch back to Meyer. He cuts back across the 25, and he gets to about the 27, and that's not Meyer. They've got a new running back there, Perry. The running back is Paulie Simonetti, the 6-foot, 180-pounder. Leonard's going to come out, and Atlantic is going to bring a new nose guard in. And that's going to be Donovan Hedrington, I believe, is going to play nose. We'll double check that here in a moment. Rams a 3rd down and 8, less than a minute to go in the first half, up 47-0. Anderson under center, I backfield. Longchaya is the fullback. He had that carry last time out. I backfield. Longchaya again has the seam across the 30 down 35-yard line. Jared Hansen made the ankle tackle, and the Browns shoot for 1st down, I believe, for Glenwood.
Yeah, 1st down.
Half a minute to go. Corona beating Red Oak 32-0. HSTW 35-0 over Riverside. Ottoman over Covadesco right now 22-8. Good stuff for Coach Burks and the Wheelers. He was disappointed, he said, right after the game, but after they viewed the film, he was pretty encouraged. He thought,
Probably saw some stuff.
We've got something here. There's some promise here, and here they're up big over Covadesco.
Good.
First half comes to an end. And Glenwood up 47-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Our halftime show is brought to you by Aiken Building Center. We'll have a guest coming up here at halftime. Aiken Building Center, when you want it done right, see the folks who do it best. Aiken Building Center. We're back with Brian Wagner, our special guest, right after this.
Are you fine? From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
Fall back into fit with help from Brown Shoe Fit in Atlantic. It's easy to get back to fit with Brown Shoe Fit. A good fit and comfort just can't be found if you don't try shoes on. Their inventory includes work, workout, casual, and dress shoes for men, women, and children. Stop into Brown Shoe Fit and get fit. Located in beautiful downtown Atlantic at 502 Chestnut Street, stop in and step out with comfort and fit at Brown Shoe Fit in Atlantic.
Pride themselves on going the extra mile. How, you ask? By providing unbeatable, no-pressure service from knowledgeable salespeople. By taking that extra step to make sure you find the right vehicle for your needs. By truly providing a world-class experience right here at Atlantic. So stop by today and see how they can go the extra mile for you. Great Young Automotive of Atlantic, 100 East 2nd Street, or online at greatyoungatlantic.com.
Welcome back to our halftime show. It's brought to you by Aiken Building Center. When you want it done right, see the folks that do it best. Aiken Building Center. We're joined by Atlantic Booster Club President Brian Wagner. And Brian, you've had quite a season. You've had a lot of enthusiasm to this club, and you provided a lot of great things for the Atlantic activities. And you've sold, I don't know if it's a record amount of membership, so to call, or
I'll call it a record. Right now, as we stand today, Coach Vargas and I came up with a program to kind of work sponsors from the community into the Booster Club sponsorship, so to speak, and we are up 1,300% than what we've ever done before. But I know the administration is now talking about this community idea. Unity has never been bigger than what it is now. I mean, people are excited. They want to help. We tried to give them something liquid for their donation. So these master passes get you into all sporting events, and people are excited to give them to their coworkers, to their staff, family members. So it's been huge.
So explain the master passes then.
Booster Club has a master pass. A master pass is $140, and you show this at the gate, and you can go into any event you want for free. You have a pass that now gets you into whatever you want all year long. You can't go to the musical. That's a copyrighted item. And post-season play is also excluded because those are playoffs. But other than that, I know everybody's worried about the electronic buying a ticket online anymore because this is the new thing. This is easy. You show a piece of paper that you bought from me and you go wherever you want. It does not get simpler. The businesses it's been amazing. They've all stepped up and helped out in so many different ways. They get their logos in new programs during sporting events. They get their logos on a new all sport poster we're doing. I'm hoping to have them Tuesday of next week, maybe Wednesday of next week. Choice Printing did us up these fantastic double-sided all sport posters, and it's all the kids from all the sports right now. It'll be football kids, volleyball kids, cross-country kids all on one big poster, and it highlights their calendar of events. So it's
fantastic. Well, let's talk a little bit about what the Booster Club does and where this money goes.
Oh, absolutely. It goes to fun things, like if you get to the Trojan Bowl and look over at the fence, you're going to see the Trojans big and bold on the fence. That's where it goes. We buy things for our stands to help make things faster and better. We now have cheese machines in the stands so we can get you in and out faster. We just bought new uniforms for cross country. Anything that the kids need to do in their sport, be safe and be competitive, that's what we'll do.
Got a long list of stuff there. And so you're also looking for new ideas. I mean, talk about some of that stuff.
We will take any idea that anyone has and look at it and do the best we can with it and see if it's something that we can do or work with. Just a few short weeks ago, somebody came up and thought, we need something bold to do. So hopefully in the next 6 weeks in the high school gym, you're going to see a 10-foot by 8-foot video board with, it will be the second screen that this company has done in Iowa in this high of def. Whoa. Like we are ground, I mean,
we're the ground floor.
Yeah, we're on the ground floor. People will now be behind us. Yeah. So, but this video board in the gym will do just about anything we can think to do with it. Advertising, fun animatronics during a game. If a certain coach gets a little upset on the sideline, we can, kind of taunt it up on the board by showing a little anger management, whatever. It's going to be fun. It is really going to be fun.
And were they student operated then during the game, or how are you going to do that?
There will be significant training involved in it, and I would love for a student or two to learn how to do it. For right now, it will probably be me.
Well, very good.
I would love nothing more than to sit there on the sidelines and taunt, have a little fun with it. But I would love if there were students out there that would want to take on the challenge and learn how about create content.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
That'd
huge.
Be great. Yeah, great stuff. Also, another fundraiser going on. There's still some spots left, and that's has to do with the football field. And tell us about that.
It does. You can buy a yard line. You can buy a yard line on the football field for $100. Nice. And at the end of the first quarter, if the ball is on your yard line, I will give you $100. We're going to do it again on the second quarter. And the third quarter, you own that yard line all year long.
Wow.
So if no one wins in the first quarter, during the second quarter, that money doubled. It carries over. We don't just stop it. So if no one wins all year long, last home game, third quarter, if you're the only winner, you're at $1,500.
Oh, my goodness.
So it should be fun.
It should be fun. And every quarter, people will be paying attention to their yard line. That's still available. People can still buy those.
Yep. I'll be at the game, every game on Friday night. You find me. We have 30 yard lines available.
Okay.
If you find me, I have the sheet with me, and it's $100 for you to get in on the game.
Awesome. But anything else to add? How exciting. You've got a lot of great things going there in that Booster Club.
I could not be prouder of the people in it. There are a fantastic group of volunteers that really have good ideas and are willing to try something different. That's a lot of fun. Speaking of different, if you want to try something new, the Trojan Bowl is going to have an express lane. The little window on the south side of the concession stand will be pop, candy, popcorn only. Walk up to that window, get something simple, get out. We're going to try to make it quick. Mm-hmm. So it's an express window. On the little window, pop, candy, popcorn, in, out.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.
Appreciate you, and I'm sure we'll check in with you again. And once again, you can still purchase the Master Passes.
Absolutely.
$140. You buy two, it's $275.
Correct.
For a pair, and of course, you can always donate to the Booster Club as well. They're doing a lot of great things. And by the way, there's some fence cups in the stadium as well today.
Oh, that's fun. They just got done with it not too long ago, but That north end zone is decorated beautifully by the students of Schuler Elementary.
Oh, that's fantastic. Take a look at that on the north end zone here of Trojan Bowl. Brian, thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Tom.
We're back with more halftime show brought to you by Aiken Building Center. When you want it done right, see the folks that do it best. Aiken Building Center. We're back with more right after this.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Increase your financial power with mobile banking.
Welcome back to halftime here in Atlantic. And the Rams up 47-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Let's take a look at the first half. Also the stats impressive for the Rams as well. Well, it was Glenwood in the first half. They got off to a great start in that first quarter. With 10:47 to go. A 14-yard pass play from Caden Anderson to Peyton Longmire. Jose Diaz made the extra point to make it 7-0. Longmire had a long punt return, and then he came back with a 17-yard run with 8:36 to play in the first quarter. Diaz kicked it right down the middle, 14-0 Rams. Then Meyer got involved, and a 4-yard run with 4:06 to go in the first quarter. The tailback scoring from 4 yards out, and it made it 21-0 after Diaz's extra point. Longmire again, this time a 53-yard touchdown pass with 1:32 left on the clock in the first quarter. And Diaz again true with that extra point to make it 28-0. We'll, if you're watching on our live video stream, we hope you are. We do have our veterans now down there spread from the 40-yard line to 45 and being honored tonight here in Military Night. These guys got in free of charge and now being honored here at halftime. And we thank every one of those gentlemen out there and everyone who is not here in the military for their service to this country. And what a great event here to honor these gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen out there. And we can see them on our video screen. Cody's got them zoomed in there. That's our veterans that attended the game tonight, and we certainly appreciate their service. 28-0 at the first quarter break, and then Meyer again scoring from 3 yards out early second quarter. The extra point was no good, 34-0 Glenwood, and then it was Caden Anderson punching it in from 1 yard out in a quarterback sneak with 7:24 to go to make it 41-0. And then Cole Stout got a pick six, an interception, and then he rolled into the end zone for the score. And the extra point was missed, 47-0. That's the score here at the halftime break. PA announcer Steve Anderson is honoring our veterans right now, and they're getting a huge hand here. I wish we could name each and every one of those ladies and gentlemen out there on the field, Perry.
I know a couple of them, but I'm not going to say their names, but I know some of them.
And they're getting a standing O right here. Big crowd tonight for this home opener. Huge crowd. As a matter of fact, not only in the stands, but they're out standing along the fence.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on the south side because there's lawn chairs out there.
It's great to see the crowd here this evening. So, again, ladies and gentlemen there on the field, thank you for your service to this country. Well, it's a 47-0 here, and let's take a look at the Trojans. First of all, the tackle chart here in the first half. Evan Sorensen, Gav McLaren, Colton Becker, Nicholas Bennett all have two tackles with Jared Hansen. And Shelton Molly with one. Jack Muller has a tackle. Waters with three. I go back to Bennett, the linebacker. He has three tackles here in the first half for the Trojans. Atlantic had one turnover. Thank you, Cody. One turnover here in the first half against a team like this. That was costly.
Pretty good just having one.
When you look at the offense output here for the Rams, Anderson is a perfect 8 for 8. Passing the football in the first half for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had one TD pass last week and one pick. As far as the rushing yardage are concerned, Tristan Meyer, 8 carries, 40 yards for Glenwood. And Peyton Longmire, that touchdown of 17 yards with the other significant number there. Receiving for Glenwood, Peyton Longmire 4 catches, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jack Johnson, 3 catches for 62 yards, and Trent Patton 1 catch for 12 yards for the Rams. For Atlantic, Zayden Parker 6 of 9 throwing the ball for 21 yards. Jack Muller 1 carry, 2 yards. Tyson O'Brien 1 carry, 6 yards. Dante Hedrington 5 carries, 2 yards. Gab McLaren 4 carries for 20. So Atlantic has been held at bay here with just 32 yards of rushing in the first half, Perry. And receiving, Rasmussen had that great catch of 21 yards, just 1 grab for him. 2 catches for Gavin McLaren for 6 yards. Tristan Hayes 1 catch, -2. Xavier Darrow 1 catch, -4. Those were screen passes. Jared Hansen caught 1 for 10. Hedrington 1 for 3 yards. Again, Rasmussen, leading receiver for Atlantic, with a catch for 21 yards. It's 47-0 the score here at our halftime break. Let's take a look at some of the other scores here. Cam leading Griswold 66-0. Clarendon over Red Oak 32-0. Also, HSTW beating Riverside 35-0. Audubon over Coronesco with a score of 22-8 in that 8-player football. 8-player in Class A tonight playing in district play tonight. That's their opening district play. Lewis Central, check that. We're scrolling up here, and again, Cardinals 1-0 on the season. 66-0 Cam with that lead over Griswold now. We'll take a break. We're back with the second half right after these at 95.7 FM on live video stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Time for a kitchen or bathroom.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Increase your financial power with mobile banking from Rolling Hills Bank and Trust. View account balances, transactions, transfer money, pay your bills, mobile check deposit, even pay person to person, anytime from anywhere. Plus, get your e-statements and keep them for your own records. Fiscally responsible and financially secured banking with mobile banking from Rolling Hills Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Want your back at the shop? We talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
First Winnie Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Winnie Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
High school football, and a good night for Glenwood, up 47-0 here at halftime. We'll have a running clock here to start the second half, see if the Trojans can get things rolling here. Exira HK leading Stanton Essex 16-6. Thank you, Richie Anderson, for that updates. And Perry Fief, Kevin Ferguson, Cody Weaver with me here on the broadcast. And let's go down the sideline. And what's the atmosphere like there on the Atlantic side? They still got 2 quarters to play here and can maybe get some positive things going, Kevin. Now we didn't catch him. Perry, your thoughts on the second half?
Well, they still got to play hard, because if you start going, I want to say soft, if you give up, then that's when you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
You still have to play hard as you can, execute your plays, keep trying, just so, it's basically now like practice. You got to work on things.
Well, Lennox will receive to start the second half. Lennox beating Stanton. Exira HK over Stanton Essex 16-6, as we mentioned. So Anderson will kick it off again. He had a touchback last week and 1 touchback in this game, and several out of bounds. But he's what an athlete he is. He's going to head to Nebraska and play baseball. Pitcher.
Well,
an infielder for Glenwood.
Not to change the subject, but did you see that kid from Carroll was playing for Nebraska last night that we announced about 3 years ago? But I can't remember his name. Gunner?
From Kemper.
Yeah, from Kemper.
Yeah.
Blaze something.
Yeah, Kickoff by Anderson, run away the second half. A line drive towards Hayes at the 2. Hayes at the 5, 10, 15. Gets to the 20, 25-yard line, a 23-yard return. Nice job by Tristan Hayes. Logan Hughes, the big guy, got down to make the solo stop. Kohler was injured in the first half. The center for Glenwood, we'll see if he was able to shake that off and get it to start in the second half. But Logan Hughes looks like he's maybe has some equipment problems as he heads to the sideline with his helmet. First and 10, Atlantic on the 24-yard line. Hayes with that nice return of 22 yards. Hanson wide left, Rasmussen wide right. We start the second half with Parker under center. The shift with McLaren going wing left. Snap and the counter play to go. McLaren breaks a tackle, gets to the 25, 26, and he bangs his way to 30 but loses the football. Atlantic able to pounce on it. Evan Sorensen alertly able to get the football back, but McLaren had a hard run up to the 31-yard line and a gain of about 7 yards in the play. Nice little counter play.
Right. And, well, Haas, you call him by his real name, but Haas, he runs hard and he stiff arms and he puts his head down. And, I mean, you know, he's something.
Atlantic's opening drive, second down and 3 yards to go for their own 31. And McLaren again with the call. He gets across the 34, close to the first down at the 35-yard line. Atlantic coming out with him, and his helmet pops off again. His shoulder pads out of his shirt. I mean, this guy, he's a workhorse. He's going to have to come out. And it's going to be a first down at 10. Atlantic. Brown Shoup had first down right out of the gates. So Gavin McLaren, they're going to give the ball to him. He had 134 yards a week ago. Twin receivers left, Goodrich and Hanson. Rasmussen wide right. First and 10, Atlantic, their own 35. Handoff goes to Tyson O'Brien. Spins off a tackle. Gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Gain of 1. Second down and 9 for Atlantic. So Dante Hetherington came out with a bad hoof, and he's looks like he's not going to return here. So second and 9 for Atlantic at the Trojan 36-yard line, early third quarter. Down 47-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Zayden Parker, the sophomore quarterback for Atlantic, will check in. Glenwood with the defensive line that's nosed on that right tackle by Long Chaya. He's on that right side. Here comes Atlantic. Out of the gun is Parker. Twins right, snap, Parker, play action. He's going to keep it, 35, and he's brought down to the 30-70-yard line. He picked up a yard. Looked like it was going to be open, and nice close by the Rams.
They're just so fast. I mean, I can guarantee a lot of these guys are on the track team.
Yeah. Well, they probably can throw the shot and discus and run.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They are athletic. Big old 79 there on that left tackle is Carson Sorensen at 6'2", 220. Looks bigger than that. Third down and 8 for Atlantic. The ball on their own 30-70-yard line. 9:22 to go here in this third quarter. 47-zip. Glenwood. Rasmussen wide left. 2 in the backfield. Here's the snap back to Zayden Parker. Pass caught. Rasmussen flea flicker. The Trojans have the first down across the 45 to the 46. They got the ball to Rasmussen, and he pitched it back to Xavier Darrow, and Atlantic gets another first down to the 46-yard line.
What do they call that? Not the flea flicker. It's a
hook and ladder.
There you go.
Yep, hook and ladder.
Same thing.
I like the hook and ladder, Perry.
Yeah, it was just like.
First down and 10, Atlantic at their own 46-yard line, 2. Brown Shoup at first downs on this drive to start the second half. They'll send 2 receivers right, Rasmussen left. Xavier Darrow is slot right, wing right. Snap back, handoff to O'Brien right up the middle. O'Brien chugging his way to the 47 for a gain of a yard. Second down and 9. Just not a lot of room there for Tyson O'Brien, the junior running back. And your man McLaren will check in for Goodrich, the sophomore. You call him the Hoss. 8:12 to go, third quarter. Atlantic had the receive the opening kickoff, and they're chewing up some time.
Well,
here.
yeah. I mean, the clock's not going to stop anyway, so yeah. And they're actually getting positive yards. They have not gone backwards yet.
2nd down and 9. Nice hook and ladder play by the Trojans. Rasmussen to Darrell. Out the gun, Parker. He'll take it. Play action, wants to throw, has McLaren near side, stops, pops, deep left, wide open Hanson, and the ball is knocked away by Kellen Scott. And it might have been Eisman. I'm going to have to double check that. 7:38 to go, and Eisman, the corner on that right side, made the play for Glenwood.
Yeah, but did you see the arm our quarterback had?
He's got a good arm.
Threw it back across the field. It's just number 6, whoever that is for Glenwood.
That's Eisman.
You got to be a track star because he does. I mean, it was a good throw. He
had great coverage.
Yeah.
Here comes Parker with the play. 7-14. This is going to be a quick second half unless Atlanta can get a couple of scores here. Rasmussen wide left, the ball at far hash mark. The narrow side, the far side of the field, Twins to the right. And the shotgun is Parker. In motion back near side, O'Brien, and we've got a timeout called, I believe, by Atlantic, and that's the case. 6:54 to go, third quarter. Atlantic has a 3rd down and 9 at their own 47. Coach Brummer calls a timeout. We'll take it with them. Back in a half a minute on 95.7 FM.
Farming is full.
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic.
Cass Health in Atlanta.
And welcome back as the Trojans have the ball on 3rd down and 9. Let's go down to Kevin and Ferguson. Not sure if what Coach Brummer saw down there, Kevin.
Yeah, I wasn't real sure either, but something didn't look right. I mean, they don't call a lot of timeouts right in the middle of a play, Yeah. Or right as it snapped. But Trojans looking a little better here. And just so you know, Tom, Cubs are tied 2-2, the bottom of the 9th.
Go Cubs, make the playoffs, Cubbies. 3rd and 9 for Atlantic at their own 40-70 line. Parker out of the shotgun. In motion, Tyson O'Brien to the near side. Snap back to Parker. He's going to pass. Throws over the middle. Caught by Hanson. 40, 35, 30. Breaks the tackle. 30, 27, 26, 25-yard line. What a job. Right over the middle. Jared Hanson with the reception. And Atlantic has a brown shoe fit first down at the 25-yard line of Glenwood.
I have to say this. I know Kevin didn't see it, but Haas saved the quarterback, and he put a heck of a lick on this blitzing linebacker, and he did a great job protecting his quarterback.
Trojans have a man down right now that's going to be attended to. They went down in the huddle. They went back. The Atlantic playing a little bit quicker here on the offensive end, and the Trojans down 47-0.
Cramp?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. It was Hanson, which was kind of befuddling to me. He made a great catch and run, and then he went down in the huddle. So they're going to tend to him, and we're going to take a break. We're going to be back in 1 minute on 95.7 FM and live video streaming at westerniowatoday.com.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
It's important to establish a relationship with a primary care provider who will work with you to set goals for your health and wellness. And now it's even easier to find a primary care provider that you connect with at Cass Health. Our family medicine team has expanded with the addition of physician assistant Susan McDowell and nurse practitioner Whitney Schaefer. Susan and Whitney have been a part of Cass Health's caring staff in rapid care and are now at the Atlantic Medical Center, where they'll see patients of all ages by appointment. Make your appointment by calling 712-243-2850. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Now back to Parker, and he's thrown for a loss back to the 36-yard line. I'm not sure if that was a screen play
I
or
couldn't
what,
tell.
Barry.
They were coming. I mean,
they take it back to 35 after the Trojan first down, a loss of 10. Second down and 20 for Atlantic at the 35-yard line of Glenwood. And this is a running clock in the second half, 5:45 to go. Goodrich is in, giving Parker the play. Great pass play to Jared Hansen. Rasmussen wide left. Ritter wide right. Goodrich in the slot with Tristan Hayes. Tyson O'Brien, the running back, on a 2nd and 20. McLaren with the call, and he is tackled right on impact. Right when he got the handoff, he had a collision there at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 20.
I think he might have lost a yard, which that'll be the first time he's lost a yard this year.
He did. He lost it back to the 36-yard line.
Wasn't his fault. He was trying.
3rd and 21 for Atlantic. 47-0 Glenwood running clock. Ritter wide right. Corbin Ritter wide right. Goodrich and Hayes to the right side. Rasmussen lone receiver left. Snap back. Parker to throw. Looks, fires over the middle. Intercepted by Meyer at the 21-yard line. Brody Schaefer, I should say, made the pick. The 6-foot, 190-pound junior. Brody Schaefer with the interception, and Glenwood stops the Trojan drive.
Yeah, I think he just kind of read the quarterback eyes. He stepped right in front of that ball.
So Atlantic will go back on defense with 4:20 and counting here in the third quarter. A quick third quarter with a running clock here. The 35-point rule in effect here in the second half. Glenwood led 47-0 at the halftime break. Anderson.
No, it's a new quarterback.
New quarterback, and the handoff is fumbled. And I believe the Trojans have it. We have a flag of the play. So we'll have to pick up. Nick Bennett pounced on it for the Trojans. We'll see what the flag is all about. Holding Glenwood.
Decline.
So we're going to decline that. Now we'll see if Atlanta can get something going here. So Coach Faust going with his two deepers, at least at quarterback.
Well, at the quarterback and running back, because they were still the big offensive line. I was looking at the numbers.
So here we go. 1st and 10 Atlantic. They get it back. The two teams exchange turnovers. Atlantic has the 20-yard line in that Armor Insurance red zone. To make sure your protection never breaks down, call Armor Insurance at 712-243-1951. Enter Parker brings them up. Two receivers right. The ball at the 20 of Glenwood. And checking in is Tyson O'Brien with the play. Play clock at 12. Now at 10. Parker, snap, handoff. O'Brien trying to get the edge, and he's hit and dropped down by Trent Patton. Patton with the tackle, the big 230-pounder, able to come in and wrestle him down for a loss of about 3.
Okay, I just want to go ahead, Tom.
2nd and 12, loss of 2, Perry.
I just noticed like they might be shuffling some different players on offense to give them guys some reps, but I think their defense are all starters yet. They want this shutout.
Trent Patton with the tackle. He comes out, takes his hat off on the sidelines. 3:31 and counting to go in the third quarter. 47-0 Glenwood with the lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Two receivers right, Rasmussen and Ritter. Low snap picked up by Parker. Flag flies. Parker stops, pops into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Bring up a 3rd down. We'll see what the penalty's all about. That pass intended for Corbin Ritter in the corner of the end zone. And the referee coming to the sideline. And they're going to bring in Donovan Hedrington. And out goes Colton Becker, who's played some guard. He plays linebacker on defense. 2nd and 13 for Atlantic.
What was the flag? I didn't even see it.
I thought he saw it fly. Cody, did you see it fly? Evidently, it is a flag. Illegal procedure, Atlantic. 5-yard penalty, 2nd and 18 for Atlantic. They'll take it back from the...
He must have a ripped jersey.
Evidently, Hayes will check in for Atlantic. They're going to take him to 23 back to the 28-yard line. Still waiting for the official area. He's going to mark it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2nd down for Atlantic. The football back at the 28-yard line of Glenwood. 2nd down and 18 for the Trojans. Twin receivers right, now 3, as Hayes joins him in the slot right with Ritter and Rasmussen. And the gun is Parker. He'll take it, rolls right, has some time, rolling, and now he's going to keep it. 30, 25, breaks a tackle, 20, and bumped out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Nice decision by Parker. Johnson made the stop for Glenwood, but a good positive gain for Zayden Parker, the sophomore QB, at the 20-yard line. He gets
all the penalty yards back and plus some.
He did. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 for Atlantic at the 20. Glenn was back in that Armor Insurance red zone with 2.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. 47-0. Rams on top. They'll send 3 receivers left. Tyson O'Brien, the lone setback beside Parker. Zayden Parker out of the shotgun. Now O'Brien goes left to Parker. Snap back, Parker to throw, rolls left. He's going to lob near side, caught by Darrell. Breaks a tackle, 20, 15, down to 10. And dives forward inside the 10, down to the 70-yard line.
You got the 1st down.
A gain of 13 in the play. The Trojans now deep in that Armor Insurance red zone. They get a Brown shoe fit 1st down. Let's go down to Kevin Ferguson.
What a nice play. You know, that looked like it was going to get blown up, but Darrell did a nice job of sidestepping and a little zig and zag and then jump forward and got the 1st down.
He got 1st down and goal for Atlantic at the 8-yard line of the Rams. 3 receivers left. 1:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Snap back to Parker. He's going to keep it. He gets across the 8, and then he's going to be smothered at about the 10. They'll give him his forward progress back to the line of scrimmage at the 8-yard line. 2nd down and goal for the Trojans at the 8 of Glenwood.
Mother's putting it lightly. Jeez Louise.
What would you use for a verb?
I can't say it.
Or adjective, I should say. 2nd down and goal for Atlantic at the 8-yard line of Glenwood. 1:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Rams up 47-0, all in the 1st half. Colton Rasmussen wide left. Corbin Ritter wide right, eye backfield behind the quarterback. Sophomore Zayden Parker from the 8. He'll turn and give it to O'Brien, and he is spun down. He's trying to get away, and he's brought down. Good tackle by Simonetti, the 6', 180-pound junior, one of very few underclassmen that plays on this team, and Coach Foss has gone to his bench.
Well, and I'm going to let you know, Becker had to come out because he must have had a torn jersey.
Yeah.
So now Becker is 61.
Thank you, Perry Fief. You got an eagle eye, man.
Well,
how do you pick that stuff up?
I got peripheral vision is something that I got. I can't see far, but I got peripheral vision.
20 seconds to go. 3rd quarter, 3rd down and 10 for Atlantic at the 10. 3rd and goal for the 10. Parker takes it, play action, wants to throw, fires to Rasmussen. It is pass interference on Glenwood. It was incomplete, but Rasmussen interfered with 4 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And that maybe wasn't the first time all night.
Right. They finally saw it, I guess. I have not that good a vision, and I saw that.
4 ticks on the clock to go in this stanza. They're going to mark the football from the 10-yard line. It'll be half the distance to the goal. They'll chalk it off here to the 5 of Glenwood. And the Trojans have a chance here. Knock, knock, knock on the door. The ball at the 5. And we're going to have a timeout called, I believe.
End of quarter.
End of quarter. There we go. End of the 3rd quarter, 47-0 Glenwood, but the Trojans threatening with the ball on the Ram 5-yard line. We'll take a break. We're back in a minute. 95.7 FM on live video stream on WesternIowaToday.com.
Fall back into fit with help from Brown Shoe Fit in Atlantic. It's easy to get back to fit with Brown Shoe Fit. A good fit and comfort just can't be found if you don't try shoes on. Their inventory includes work, workout, casual, and dress shoes for men, women, and children. Stop into Brown Shoe Fit and get fit. Located in beautiful downtown Atlantic at 502 Chestnut Street, stop in and step out with comfort and fit at Brown Shoe Fit in Atlantic.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
Welcome back to Atlantic. We're down to the 5-yard line, and as we start a fresh 12 on the board, 47-0 in favor of Glenwood, but Atlantic threatening. This crowd's still with them.
Yeah, I mean, some people up, but there's still a lot of people here.
3rd and goal for the 5. Trojans need to get something going here. 2 plays to get in. They go back to the I formation backfield. Parker, the quarterback, receivers left and right. Double tight end set. The handoff, no play action. Parker to throw. He'll lob a wobbler into the end zone. It's swatted away. And it's incomplete. 4th down and goal from the 5.
No, because we got the 1st down, so it'll be like 2nd and 5.
Now this is the down marker there is 3rd.
Right, but don't you get the 1st with pass interference?
They changed that rule, so it is 4th down. Well, I understand where you're coming from, but yeah, they changed that. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. Another cramp by the Trojans. We had a, what do you call that, plethora?
Plethora, yeah.
Plethora of those. Did you get the word in this week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was wondering if you got a word. I have no idea what it is.
I got it, Dad.
Another cramp for the Trojans. We're going to keep it right here and recap. But Glenwood led 47-0 at the halftime break. Anderson Longmire for 14. Longmire a 17-yard run. Meyer a 4-yard run. And Longmire a 53-yard run. Peyton Longmire had a great first quarter. And the Rams led at 28-0 after one stanza. Then Meyer scored from 3 yards out. Anderson from 1 yard out. Cole Stout had a pick 6. And the Rams led 47-0. Here comes Atlantic on a 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. See if they can get one in here. O'Brien in the backfield with McLaren. Now O'Brien is going to excuse himself.
We're going to throw a flag. Too many guys breaking the huddle.
Yeah, but it's going to be illegal substitution will be the call on Atlantic. So, a little miscommunication offensively. So they're going to bring it back 5 yards to the 10. That'll change the play call maybe here. 11:35 to go in the football game. 47-0. Favor of the Glenwood Rams. Here comes Atlantic. Trying to get on the board. 2 receivers, 3 receivers right now. Rasmussen left. Watch for Rasmussen. In motion, Hayes. Snap back to Parker. Here comes the rush. He'll lob it over the middle. Caught! Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, Trojans. Atlantic on the board. A pass over the middle, and Rasmussen with his 4th touchdown catch in this young season.
And they were blitzing, and they were trying to get in the quarterback's face, and he kept his composure and threw a really nice ball to Rasmussen.
The extra point coming up from Hayden Thompson, and it's 47-6 right now. Parker to the senior Rasmussen. Hayden Thompson to kick the extra point. Trying to get Atlantic on the board. 47-6 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And the snap, down, kick, up, and blocked. 47-6. Rams with the lead. Atlantic will kick off. We're back in a half a minute.
Olsen's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop.
More than likely, Olsen's Outdoor Power comes to mind when you think about ATVs, UTVs, personal watercraft, compact tractors, or mowers. But what about trailers? When it comes time to haul your machine, we've got you covered with H&H trailers. Made in Clarinda, H&H combines the highest quality with great prices. Whether you're looking for a cargo trailer for your race car, a utility trailer for your mower, or a dump trailer for construction debris, stop by and take a look today. Olsen's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Well, the Trojans on the board. Let's go down to Kevin Ferguson. Kevin, a nice little drive and a good way to finish.
Very nice drive. And, you know, Tom, I think that drive was brought to you by the letter P.
Explain that.
Well, we have plethora and we had peripheral.
Perry's on tonight.
I figured Perry must be studying the dictionary and he got to the word, opened up to P.
Yep.
But the thing I don't understand is that peripheral vision was good until there was he couldn't see except for peripheral vision, but except for that pass interference and he couldn't see. I don't know, Tom. His vision confuses me.
We're going to have to spell both words after the game. Here's a kickoff by Thompson, a high end over end, and it's going to hit at the 10-yard line. And this is Dalton on the return, and he is hit at the 10 and brought down inside the 10, down the 9-yard line. Hayes.
We got a flag, though.
Made the tackle. Flag is thrown, like Perry said, at the 9-yard line. So Coach Faust has gone to his backups, and that was Pierce Dalton on the return, the 5'11", 135-pound sophomore. And he went nowhere. Great coverage by the Trojans. Dalton had trouble. It's against Glenwood. They're going to back it up to the 5-yard line.
Well, he might be going to his backups, but he's still keeping out that starting offensive line.
Yeah, I was going to see if Kohler is in there at center. I believe he is. No, I don't think so. Nope, Kohler's not in there. The center was injured in the first half. And he is not on that line. 11-10 left, 47-6. The Exotic HK up 32-14 over Stanton Essex. One score here. We're at 48-0 over Red Oak. Here we go. New quarterback in there. And the handoff off the left side across the 10, the 11. And keeps chugging up to the 13-yard line. And a penalty flag is thrown. The quarterback is Gavin Abbott, a 6-foot sophomore. Abbott now at quarterback. Leonard comes out. Boy, they exchanged some big guys there. As checking in for Atlantic is Reed Vlasic.
Wow, what was that called?
6'5", 300.
Chop block on defense? You can chop block on defense?
And it's a 15-yarder up across the 25 to 28-yard line. So the Rams out of the hole. They'll have a first down and 10. A Brown shoe fit first down. 10:57 to play. Rams up 47-6 on the Save Pros scoreboard. So new quarterback for the Rams is Abbott. He's out of the shotgun. Gavin Abbott takes it, hands it off across the 35-40, up the 45-yard line goes Paulie Simonetti. So Simonetti running the ball for the Rams, and he gets some good yards up to the 48-yard line. A gain of 20, 19. They're going to mark it back at the 47. We'll pick up these new guys. Simonetti on that carry. Also in there is Pierce Dalton. The wideout near side is Caden Crouch. All new guys here as they send Dalton wide left. Abbott, the quarterback, out of the shotgun with Simonetti, the running back. Pitch to Simonetti. Gets across the 45. Gets a block 50, 45. Down to the 40, and he's brought down to 39. Another first down for the Rams, and a flag thrown at the 47-yard line. Woodward will check in on that defensive line for Atlantic. And out comes Corbin Jepson. Also checking out for the Trojans. I don't have it, number 61 here. I don't have him in the...
That's Becker.
That's right. Thank you. I forgot to change jerseys. From 41 to 61. Becker comes out. Good thing I have you guys to tell you. Ball back at the 43-yard line. 9:55 to go here in this game, and Rams up 47-6 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And the Trojans have another big nose tackle with Reed Vlasic, 6'5", 300. Now the gun is Abbott. Simonetti takes the pitch. And he runs into the wall, runs through the wall, 50, breaks a tackle, 45, 40, and he's tripped up at about the 42. And he flails forward to about the 38. Jared Hansen had him by the socks. And a first down and 10 for the Rams at the Trojan 37-yard line. A Brown shoe at first down.
Well, like I said, they're replacing all their runners and quarterbacks.
And the linemen, too. They still have.
No, they're all still in their 70s in there, 77, 79. The only one that's been replaced is the center.
Getter is in there. You're right, at the left tackle. First and 10 Rams at the 37 of Atlantic, 8:56 to play. 47-6 Rams on top. Abbott, the quarterback, the backup quarterback for Anderson. Now the gun takes a snap. And a handoff to Simonetti, and he's hit by Vlasic. The nose tackle. He burrowed his way in there and made the stop, Barry.
Yep. That was he got through pretty good. He got through quick. For a big boy, he got through.
That fires him up. Second down and 13. A loss of 3 on the play. 8:25 left. We owe you a station identification here. We'll get it to you in a moment. Two receivers left, two right. Abbott out of the shotgun. The snap, hands off to Simonetti. He has some room, 35 down the 30-yard line, and he dives forward to 29. A yard shy of the first down, but a good run by Simonetti right up the gut.
Yeah.
8 minutes left. The ball at the 29 of Atlantic. Third down and 2.
Atlantic's got a lot of second stringers in.
I believe they do. They've got Donovan Hedrington at left tackle, Woodward playing the right defensive tackle, and Plessick, who had that tackle for loss at the nose guard. 7:40 left. Abbott out of shotgun. Here's the snap. A high snap. Hands off to his tailback. Schaefer, and he's hit by Colton Becker.
Yeah, he stayed in. But
Becker wearing 61 in to make the stop, and a loss in the play. Back to the 32-yard line. 7:20 left. 47-6, Rams on top of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Fourth down for the Rams and 4 to go. Simonetti back in at running back for Glenwood. He has the play for Abbott. Abbott with the backup for Kate Anderson. They'll send one receiver wide to the left side. That's Steele. Steele wide left, two receivers left. Abbott the snap, pitch back to Simonetti. Flag flies, and Simonetti trying to get the edge, and he's hit, breaks a tackle, and he's run out of bounds. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard or two. We'll see where they mark the football. Flag back on the 36-yard line with 6:50 left. And the call from the referee forthcoming. Illegal procedure, the call, a 5-yard penalty.
You can decline that, can't you? And that was 4th downs, and we can put our offense out there?
You sure can. He didn't get the first down. So it should be, they should decline that.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that motion yet. Atlantic should have it a first down and 10. 6:50 to go in the game. It's been a running clock of the second half. 4th down. They called illegal procedure against the Rams. They have not marked it off yet. And it should be a Trojans football on downs.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, the referee ran the far side of the field.
There we go.
He's getting some steps here tonight. Atlantic's offense will come back in. The penalty declined. Atlantic first down and 10.
All right.
Well,
I knew I wasn't going crazy.
You had it. They just didn't quite get it up to us here. First down Atlantic at their own 32-yard line. Iowa State football on KSOM, our sister station, tomorrow. They play UNI. We'll have pregame on 96.5 FM at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's a big college football day.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska's already played in Minnesota.
Yeah. But I'm used to it. It's been like that for years. I
didn't mean to bring up a bad subject, but yes, I did. First and 10 to 33. And Atlantic has new quarterback Hayes in there. He gets a block, and then he's still going to be wrapped up and dropped to the 31. Loss of a yard, maybe 2 on the play. It'll be second down and 12 for the Trojans. So Atlantic going with their backups as well. All new backups in there for the Trojans. Hayes, the quarterback, will pick them up as we go here. Not all backups on that line, Perry. Donovan Hedrington is in there at that left guard.
I think a lot of them, I'm not going to say.
Bruce is still in there, Colin Bruce, the 6', 205-pound senior. Hayes on a second and 12 under center. Snap, pitch back, tailback. This is a gain up to the 20, 35, 36-yard line. Another new back, I believe it's Hunter Nelson on the carry.
Hunter Nelson, the ball carry.
So Nelson gets the ball back between the sticks up to the 46-yard line. Third down and 7 for the Trojans. 5:48 to play. Our postgame show will follow. Brought to you by Olson's BP. Hayes, who played quarterback last year for the injured Cade Anderson for Atlantic, and really didn't do too bad. And he's played some D-back now and receiver for the Trojans, now at quarterback. He'll step under center with all new guys in for the Trojans, and they're going to hand off up the middle to the running back, Colin Rudy, and Rudy gets some positive yards across the 40 to about the 40.
They gave it a first down.
They got the first down to the 43-yard line, first and 10. 5:10 to go. Colin Rudy getting the ball. Hayes will bring the play back in for Atlantic. A Brown shoe fit first down for Atlantic at their own 48. Clock at 4:57. Ritter wide left. Graydon O'Hara wide right, eye backfield. And the snap to Hayes. Big fullback gets the call. And Rudy just plows forward to 49 for a gain of 6 in the play. Colin Rudy, not a big guy, but plays with a lot of heart there.
And he is not big, but he's moving the pile pretty good.
Woodward comes out now as the Trojans start to bring in their backups as well. Second down, 5 for Atlantic, 4.5 to play. Football on the 48 of the Trojans. Ritter wide left, O'Hara wide right. High backfield, the fullback is Colin Rudy. Under center, Hayes. Hand off to tailback Nelson, midfield, and he's spun down, still going, and he's finished off at the 49-yard line. Good pursuits by the backup linebacker. Well, these guys JV now, and their numbers aren't registered in the program, so apologize for that. 3:50 to go. Hayes, the backup quarterback for Atlantic, on a 3rd down and 2. The ball rests between the 48 and 49 of Glenwood. Goodrich comes out of the lineup for the Trojans, and checking in for Atlantic is Wales. Eye back, now offset eye with Rudy. Snap back, give to Nelson. He gets inside the 45, 44-yard. I like the way he cut back, too.
Oh, yeah, got him the extra 2 yards to get the first down.
Yes, the Brown shoe fit first down. He gets down the 45-yard line. First down and 10, 3:13 left. Trojans really substituted by committee down that front line. 45 of Glenwood, a first down and 10. 3 minutes left here in the game. On the Seed Pro scoreboard, they're by your side to maximize yields from the word go. Contact John Becker, Mark Bentiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. Atlantic breaks huddle with Hayes, the quarterback. Rudy, the fullback. The tailback is Hunter Nelson. First down and 10. Snap back, hand off to Rudy, down to the 40, and he chugs to the 38. A pickup of 7. Second down and 3 for Atlantic. Nice job by Colin Rudy.
Right up the gut, too. That's a good job.
Good job of the offensive line there on the left side. Second down and 4 for the Trojans, 2:25 to go. Both coaches going to their bench and giving these young people some experience.
Yeah, because this will be your dudes for next year.
That's right. Atlantic with 11 seniors, they'll have a lot returning. Ritter wide right for the Trojans. Under center, Hayes. Wide left is O'Hara. Pitch back to Nelson. He picked it off the turf, and he's wrapped up and dropped back at the 43-yard line. Whoa.
Wow. That's like an all-star wrestling move right there.
Corbin Pelzer. Diaz made the tackle. 3rd down and 8. The football back to the 43-yard line of Glenwood with $1:41 to go. 47-6 Rams with the lead of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Hayes will back in the huddle here. Glenwood scored all 47 points in the first half. Then they had the running clock in the second. Here come the Trojans. 3rd down 8 for the 43 of Glenwood. O'Hara wide left. Hand off. No play action.
I know
Hayes to throw. He's going to fire down to Ritter, and it is knocked away by Jose Diaz, the kicker, playing defensive back and doing a nice job of it. He slapped it away. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 8 for Atlantic with a minute to go, Perry.
Yeah, well, we know Hayes can pass.
Diaz had a tackle, and now he knocked one away. 4th down for the Trojans. Kristen Hayes covers the sideline. Coach Brummer gives him the recipe out of the book there. We'll see what he does here in a 4th down and 8. 56, 54, 53 to play in the game. We'll get you that station identification here after the ball game. Graydon O'Hara wide left. Under center, Hayes. Play action, rolls left. He's going to keep the football. 40 down to 35 and wrapped up at the 34.
First down.
The Brown shoe fit first down is right.
Tackle by Galusha.
Solo tackle made by Jackson Galusha. 1st and 10 Atlantic. A Brown shoe fit first down at the 34-yard line of the Rams, and that'll be it here in the ball game as the clock will run out, and we'll have our post-game show coming up 47-6. We still owe you some breaks at Station ID. And a few breaks here. We're back with the postgame show here in a moment.
Soda? Pop? Soda pop? Belly wash? I found that one on Google. No matter what you call it, you are getting a free 2-liter of Coke, Diet Coke, or Sprite from Olson's BP when you buy any large Godfather's Pizza. That's right, the September special at Olson's BP in Atlantic. Buy any large Godfather's Pizza and get a free 2-liter of Coke, Diet Coke, or Sprite. Limit 4 per order. Olson's BP in Atlantic, the keep you going store.
Does your schedule make it hard to get the kids to and from school? SWITA can help. SWITA student transportation is safe, easy, and affordable. Kids in grades pre-K through 12 not served by the regular school bus can ride in Atlantic, Harlan, Glenwood, and Red Oak for $1.50 each way. Register now for fall by visiting swita.com or call 1-800-842-8065.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hips started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
KS 95.7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Welcome back to the postgame show brought to you by Olson's BP. Great food, Godfather's Pizza, and quality BP fuel. The Keep You Going company, Olson's in Atlantic. Postgame show here, and once again, 47-6. The final score here, a running clock in the second half. The Rams did all their damage in the first half, scoring 47 points, 47-0 after one half of play. Then the clock ran on that 35-point rule, and Atlantic did get a score in on a Zayden Parker to Colton Rasmussen 10-yard pass. Trojan got in the board against a very good Glenwood team, very impressive football team. They go to 2-0, Atlantic 1-1, and they'll have a trip to Jefferson next Friday night and play Greene County. Game recap looks like this. The Rams scored the first 4 possessions in the first quarter. Kate Anderson hit Peyton Longmire on a 14-yard pass play. Diaz extra point made it 7-0. Longmire scores on a 17-yard run. A couple of minutes later, Diaz good, 14-0. Meyer got in the scoring column with a 4-yard run. Extra point by Jose Diaz good, 21-0. Then Peyton Longmire in a 53-yard pass play with $1:32 to go in the first quarter. And after the extra point, 28-0 was the score. Glenwood. Rams kept the foot on the throttle there in that second quarter. Meyer again scoring from 3 yards out on a run. Extra point was missed, 34-0 Glenwood. And then a 1-yard run by Anderson and a pick six by Cole Stout. And they made 1 of 2 extra points, and it was a 47-0 game. Atlantic with a touchdown in the fourth quarter and make it 47-6. Let's go down to Kevin Ferguson and to Coach Brummer.
Won the second half, got in, or at least tied the second half. That the kids came out and we didn't quit. We had some good drives, we had some good plays. Some kids stepped up in some big roles, but we're young and it showed. We got to get better. We got to grow in a hurry, and they had some guys out there.
We were talking a little bit about Greene County there, and what their game was, and how compared to your game tonight, you got better.
Well, we got to get better. Can't get anywhere. We got to get better. We got to look ahead to the next week, and that just happens to be Greene County.
Coach, how do you get your kids to turn that page?
It starts on Monday. You get the weekend to think about it. Okay, what we could have been, what could have not been, and then we got to move on. It's got to be a short memory. Okay, we got some kids that, they're young. Hopefully we don't dwell on it too much, but it's just, watching the film. Critiquing is not criticism. We're going to call some things out that we see we need to get better. We're not trying to criticize. We're not trying to call kids out, but stuff we got to change and get better at because this is not the result that we want.
Coach, and that's all I got for Coach right now.
Thank you very much, Fergie. Once again, 47-6. The score here, and the Rams go to 2-0 on the season. Well, we'll get started on post-game list here. Our injury report is coming up next. It's brought to you by Body Basics. Call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics. We're back right after this.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Van Tecker, Gary Dinklet, Nick Knutson, and John Becker. At Dvorak Tire and Service, we specialize in long distance. Whether you need new tires on your truck, van, car, SUV, or tractor, or service on your vehicle, at Dvorak Tire and Service, we go the extra mile to ensure that you can too. Oil changes, brakes, electrical, engine overhauls, and more. Our crew works hard so your crew can get where you need. So when you need to go the short or long distance, count on Dvorak Tire and Service on the corner of 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
Welcome back. Post-game brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, a great food, a Godfather's Pizza, and some of the best fuel around as well there at Olson's BP there on 2nd Street. What a great location, by the way, and I visit that quite often. Let's take a look at the injury report and also the long-distance play of the game here as well, brought to you by Dvorak Tire. Be ready to go the long distance with the tires from Dvorak Tire in Atlantic. A couple of guys, Dante Hedrington did not play in the second half. Not sure what his situation is. Went out limping there. Hopefully he can work that out and be back next week against Greene County. Logan Hughes, Mason Kohler, the center for Glenwood, the 6', 225-pound sophomore, also did not finish the game as well. So those two guys on our injury report. Long distance play of the game, and this one here, and we're going to go on as far as the scores are concerned. It was Peyton Longmire of the Glenwood Rams had the long distance score of the game, a 53-yard touchdown catch with 1:32 to go there in that first quarter to make it a 28-0 game after Diaz kicked the extra point. So that will be the long distance play of the game, brought to you by Dvorak Tire. And that was Peyton Longmire. He had 3 touchdowns in the game, 2 catch and runs, and 1 17-yard run. And Longmire had a great first half for Glenwood. So the long distance play of the game was a 53-yard pass play from Cade Anderson to Peyton Longmire for the Glenwood Rams. Your long distance play of the game brought to you by Dvorak Tire. Be ready to go the long distance with tires from Dvorak Tire in Atlantic. And our injury report brought to you by Body Basics. Call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics. Dozer of the game brought to you by Chris Houghton, Earth Moving. He's digging it. He's digging it. Digging it every day. We're back with that right after this.
At Dvorak Tire and Service, we specialize in long distance. Whether you need new tires on your truck, van, car, SUV, or tractor, or service on your vehicle, at Dvorak Tire and Service, we go the extra mile to ensure that you can too. Oil changes, brakes, electrical, engine overhauls, and more. Our crew works hard so your crew can get where you need. So when you need to go the short or long distance, count on Dvorak Tire and Service on the corner of 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
When you begin your construction project, you want perfection from the ground up. This is Chris Houghton with Chris Houghton Earth Moving. When it comes to excavation, demolition, drainage, all your earth moving needs for your home, farm, or business, team up with experience, quality, and outstanding service. Chris Houghton Earth Moving has the experienced, knowledgeable employees combined with all the equipment to tackle your projects, large or small, and get the job done right. When you're ready to start digging in the dirt, give me a call. We're Chris Houghton Earth Moving, and we're digging it every day.
Welcome back. Post-game brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, the keep you going company. Olson's in Atlantic. Kevin Ferguson now back up from the sidelines with us, along with Perry Fief and Cody Weaver behind the lens here tonight. Big thanks to Michael Sheriff. A great job back in the studios as well. I want to make sure I get that in there with the scores and engineering the board as well. Dozer the game brought to you by Chris Houghton in Earth Moving and digging it every day, Perry Fief. And Kevin, chime in here as far as the dozer of the game.
Golly, I'm going with 89 Jose. That was, he just took his shoes off and planted that poor JV running back for Atlantic. I mean, that was a hit, guys.
Okay, Jose Diaz. And Perry, you had another thought too.
Well, I was going to give it to Glenwood's defense.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
That was just, I mean, they were just spot on tonight. There was nothing we could really do. They were just fast, speedy, and they hit, and they worked as a team because there was 5 and 6 making a tackle. Like, they just surrounded that ball. They were good defense.
No doubt. So Jose Diaz of Glenwood and the Glenwood defense getting our Dozer of the Game award, brought to you by Chris Houghton, digging it every day. Well, one of my favorite parts coming up is Perry's Word of the Week. I've got maybe an idea, but we're going to find out in a moment. It's brought to you by Lyman Ag, where their goal is your profitability. Your Channel C dealers, Lee Satoff and Jimmy Swanson, will have that here in a moment.
When you begin your construction project, you want perfection from the ground up. This is Chris Houghton with Chris Houghton Earth Moving. When it comes to excavation, demolition, drainage, all your earth moving needs for your home, farm, or business, team up with experience, quality, and outstanding service. Chris Houghton Earth Moving has the experienced, knowledgeable employees combined with all the equipment to tackle your projects, large or small, and get the job done right. When you're ready to start digging in the dirt, give me a call. We're Chris Houghton Earth Moving, and we're digging it every day.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Ag and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket race into town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Ag and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
At the heart of Channel Seeds are the relationships we build with farmers. Hi, this is Lee Sadoff with Lyman Ag Supply. When you partner with Lyman Ag for your fields, you'll experience our seedsmanship at work. Jim Swanson and I are committed to working with you through year-round customized service. We are committed to your success. It starts with placing products to perform, extends to evaluating crop development throughout the season, and continues well after harvest into planning for next year. Expert advice, customized service, and elite products. We're Lyman Ag Supply, and our goal is your profitability. Give us a call.
Back to the post-game show brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, the keep you going company in Atlantic. And Perry Fief, the Word of the Week, brought to you by Lyman Ag, where the goal is your profitability. Your Channel C dealers, Lee Satoff and Jimmy Swanson. What was it here tonight?
Water buffalo.
Was it?
Yeah, it was angry water buffalo.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
and I think Mr. Gavin McLaren got that nickname as well. So angry water buffalo, and that is your word of the week here. For this week. Well, the Trojans regroup and head to Greene County for another non-district game next Friday night. We'll be back to wrap things up right after these.
At the heart of Channel Seeds are the relationships we build with farmers. Hi, this is Lee Sadoff with Lyman Ag Supply. When you partner with Lyman Ag for your fields, you'll experience our seedsmanship at work. Jim Swanson and I are committed to working with you through year-round customized service. We are committed to your success. It starts with placing products to perform, extends to evaluating crop development throughout the season, and continues well after harvest into planning for next year. Expert advice, customized service, and elite products. We're Lyman Ag Supply, and our goal is your profitability. Give us a call.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
John here from Atlantic IV. I just wanted to thank Atlantic and the surrounding communities for allowing us to serve your meat, grocery, floral, and pharmacy needs. You can be sure that we are working hard looking for deals to save you money on your groceries and at the pump. Thanks again from all of us here at your Atlantic IV for allowing us to serve your meat, grocery, floral, and pharmacy needs. And we'll see you soon.
Welcome back to the postgame show brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel. 47-6 our final here is Glenwood goes to 2-0 in the season with the win over Atlantic on the Seed Pro scoreboard. They're by your side to maximize yields from the word go. Contact Lee Satoff, Mark Ventiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. Let's take a look at the stats here for the ball game. And most of these stats all came in the first half. Caden Anderson was perfect to throwing the football, 8 for 8 for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns, as long as that 53-yarder to Peyton Longmire. As far as the rushing, a lot of guys got their hands on the ball, and it was Longmire with 2 carries, 36 yards. Tristan Meyer had 8 carries for 40 yards to lead the Glenwood Rams. For Atlantic's Aiden Parker, 10 of 16 throwing for 72 yards. For the Trojans receiving end, Tristan Hayes had a catch for -2. Xavier Darrow 2 catches for 8. And Jared Hansen had 2 catches for 38 yards. And, of course, Colton Rasmussen had that big catch for Atlantic as well for that lone touchdown. That was a 10-yarder to Colton Rasmussen here in the ball game. He also caught a deeper pass there. We didn't quite get his numbers, but he had some good yardage there for Atlantic over tonight. He had his 5th touchdown catch of the season. Well, guys, final thoughts here.
Well, what I've been thinking about is I'm hoping the Trojans, which is a very young team, sees how the Glenwood, who's they're mostly seniors, but they've been playing together for the last 3, 4, 5 years, and see how they gelled and how they worked, and keep putting in your hard work. And this, you could look like this and be like this too. It's just going to take some time.
Fergie, you have any comments before we sign off here?
Well, in using Perio's peripheral vision,
right?
You know, I guess you're right, Perry, and that's where we got to go. This one's behind you. It's done. You know, is it what you wanted? Absolutely not. But that should fuel you to work hard.
All right.
And,
go ahead.
Next week's another week.
You bet. Week number 3 in Atlantic will be at Jefferson, about an 80-mile drive. Not a bad drive up to Greene County, and the Rams and the Trojans will match up. It's been a few years since those two teams played, but they're going to do it again here, and that'll be next Friday night. We'll be there for the broadcast right here on 95.7 FM and live video streamed on westerniowatoday.com. Big thanks to Michael Sheriff, Cody Weaver behind the camera, and Perry Fief and Kevin Ferguson for joining me for the broadcast. 47-6 your final. Glenwood with a win. Thanks for joining us. Good night from Atlantic.